Alrighty then. Howdy, hey there, boys and girls. I don't have my phone. There it is.
What a great introduction.
Yep. The
Close the
Twitch
stream,
chat
start
pulled
again.
up. Anyway. Tonight, we'll be starting a new Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Which, I suppose first we can have our players introduce their characters. So we will start with Beth, you're first on the list. Go first.
My name is Kay. I'm a pirate captain. And I'm somebody that goes. The end.
Alright. Completely undescriptive. Let's go. Pyres.
Oh, I guess what I look like? Is that what you mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, like how you look.
I have pink and teal hair, and one side is shaved, because, you know, that's what cool pirate captains do.
Uh-huh.
And I'm young and short, and not fat like real life.
I see.
And I summon tentacles. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know.
Alright. Pyres. Murphy?
I'm
Yeah.
Grimble.
Oh, he was getting ready for the voice, I see.
Yes, I have to do my voice. Thank you. I'm Grimble. I am Lady's right-hand man and helmsman of our ship. I am her protector, for she has protected me from a young life. Thank you.
Alright, Chad.
Thank you.
Which one am I doing first?
The one that you want to do, I suppose.
Okay. So the one that most people would recognize, my character is Dezana Day. What was the full name? Oh, Sapphire Sea, Explorer Extraordinaire, a high elf of the most spectacular order, and erudite and intellectual. The navigator aboard the ship, contracted to help guide them wherever they needed to go, and out for treasure, for sure.
Alright. But I believe you already said that this is how this happened, but unforeseen circumstances have cost Captain K and her merry crew their ship.
Yeah. A big monster ate it, and most of our crew.
Makes it difficult to hire new people.
The monster came and ate the ship.
Anyway, due to said nautical nonsense, Captain K and her remaining crew have decided to take on contract work while in between ships, as it were. But as they were walking to the harbor to meet their client, to go set sail aboard the Sparkplug on this mysterious quest that they've picked up, they walked through a wall of fog and came out, standing on a pier that leads to nowhere. The horizon expanding on all sides. Standing in front of them is an old man.
So we're in the middle of an ocean on, like, a little
You just
raft.
assumed my gender.
Yes. I vetoed your previous character artwork, I'm sorry.
He made the character
Anyway,
who gets to choose.
you may proceed, Cortland. This is your moment.
Welcome, strangers. What are you buying?
What are you selling?
I don't know my wares. I lay out a makeshift table that appears in front of them with all my wares laid about.
Alright, as the table that seemingly pops up as he waves his hand. Hold on, where'd my list go? There it is. You see various baubles and trinkets and equipment. You see cloaks. You see shiny gems. You see candles. Various coins. An eye rolls precariously at the corner of the table. Bottles of fluid. Suits of armor that give off wisps of smoke.
One of the bottles has a big question mark on it.
Okay.
Not even I knows what it does.
My lady, I don't trust this man or where he came from. Perhaps we should not buy the mysterious items from the mysterious man.
But they're magical items.
You don't need trust when it comes to buying wares. You just need the coin.
So it's a bit weird. We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is intriguing, but yeah, I'll walk up to the table.
Don't
Inside?
question my ways of travel.
Does it seem like this guy means us harm?
Let me roll. I need to roll Cortland's charisma check here. Hold on. So that's a 32. Okay, yeah, no, I don't. You don't. He seems extremely trustworthy and jovial. You have no negative vibes whatsoever.
If he's doing a ability check against us, don't we get to attempt to?
Okay, fine. Yeah, roll insight.
That's not the point. It's the principle of the thing.
Okay, roll insight.
We don't need all of this to buy some trinkets.
I don't have any money.
The guy with no money is the one. Alright, you rolled a...
I don't know.
You don't even know. You don't even know what your wisdom is.
Don't.
I trust him with every fiber of my being.
So I'm not trained in insight, so I just have an 11 in total.
Alright, so you're 11 against his 32. Yeah, you don't feel any negative vibes whatsoever. You find yourself enjoying his jovial laugh.
I will say, coin is not the only way to attain my wares.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a persuasion check. Do you take anything out on a loan? Perhaps a sword or something else?
Question. Is this happening right after our ship went kablooey, so we have nothing on us? Besides, like, the money we start with? Or
I mean, you have whatever equipment that you'd managed to already have at level 1 before you leveled to 8 and we played out.
at level 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the stuff that you already had.
So I
Is it
already have my
possible-
glaive. At least.
Yeah.
And his
Is
plate
it-
mail? Or should we buy his plate mail
You
now?
wouldn't have plate mail because you wouldn't have been able. I don't
No,
think you can.
I
you
wouldn't
can't-
start with it.
You would have started with chain mail or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
does this guy have plate mail?
You in fact see 2 different sets of plate mail.
Okay, I'm gonna...
There's one set of plate mail that is letting off visible smoke and steam. It's very shimmery, and then you see another set where that seems much. It seems a little bit more intricate. It's got a lot of spikes carved into it. The metal's a lot darker. There are even like knuckle spikes on the bracers around the gauntlets.
What can you tell me about these 2 sets here? And I'll point to each plate mail set.
Mm.
Your
Do I
friend,
need to specifically point out the 2? One of them is the last thing I linked to you, Cortland.
Yeah, I know.
he's
I
friends
can-
now.
I'll relink the second one. Hold on.
The first. I will tell you the names of the armors.
Okay.
The first
that all you
armor-
can tell me?
The first armor is known as the Smoldering Armor. The last armor is known as the demon armor.
Yikes. Hmm. How long? And I'm sorry, I just picked my spell, so I don't know how long this takes. 1 second.
Okay.
Will he let me cast Identify on something before I buy it?
Oh.
That's up to you, Cortland. You're the one who has to let her do it.
Wait. One of the other items or just the armors?
The
One
armor.
of the armors. Essentially, you're trying to make sure that they're actually enchanted, and maybe it'll give us more information other than just the name, if you allow it.
I will only allow it if a purchase is actually going to be made on one of the two armors.
What's the cost?
I will accept coin or a golden chicken egg.
I
I
reach into my pocket. I have neither. My lady, you shouldn't purchase for me. Purchase for yourself.
Does thaumaturgy let me cast? Nah, minor illusions would be the one I needed. Can you give me any additional information so, I can make an informed purchase because I really want to buy from you. But see, he has to have armor that's good.
Which armor do you require more information?
Both. Smoldering and demon.
Both? That's
I don't
asking
know
a
which one
lot.
to buy. How much coin does each one cost?
My lady, if I may, I don't think I would feel comfortable wearing an armor named the Demon Armor.
Oh, shoot. You're a paladin. Okay.
However,
How about the smoldering armor? How much coin does the smoldering armor cost?
where's my list?
I'm just imagining this man wearing an extra long trench coat going all the way to the ground, and he's searching through all these different random pockets.
Well, Vincent, it would help to know how much currency they have for me to make a decision.
They have. I guess now without Josh playing, I guess they have They have about 9,000. It's pretty much
9,000.
That's the one with all the money, and that's a lot, mind you. But
Let's see.
expensive magical things can cost 1,000 gold or more, and I believe basic plate mail is usually worth 1,000 gold.
Basic plate mail, to give you a clue, is I'm gonna tell him so he can make an informed decision. Is 1350 or something.
Yeah.
1,500.
1300 for basic plate mail.
Okay. The smoldering armor costs 2,000. The demon armor costs 1,000.
Okay.
You're doing that just because my character's not comfortable with the demon armor. I know that's what you're doing.
These. Or, I will say again, a golden chicken egg.
I don't own a chicken that poops eggs that are gold.
We have a golden chicken egg. Have we checked our pockets?
I'm gonna
Hey,
say
I checked my pockets.
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say that none of you presently have a golden chicken egg.
I don't know. You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
What does suggestion do again?
Suggestion.
Suggestion makes a target amenable to any one phrase or one word command. It would be like stop, or sleep, or give me that.
Do they perhaps have a golden chalice donning 5 different rubies of different colors?
No, my boat just sank into the freaking ocean. I have nothing
Except an exorbitant amount of cash.
except for money.
I want to make it clear that if we run into each other further down y'all's path, a golden chicken egg will be very useful.
Fair. Okay. I will take that into consideration. What can you tell me about the smoldering armor?
I told you the price.
That's what
But not what it does. All right. So wait, this is going
Okay.
back to cast. Will I? Oh God.
Go ahead.
Does the spell identify? I'm asking the GM. Does the spell identify? Tell us what the armor does. We have the name, but we don't know what it does. Would allowing us to cast identify tell us that?
You have to touch it technically, and also everyone will know you're casting it, including the person trying to sell.
Yeah, but he's already said we could.
As long as we buy it, one of them.
Yes.
Correct.
So, if I find out I don't like that one, I still have to purchase one of those other
What
ones.
level is identify, so I can find it quickly?
So she
It's a
can
level
cast it
1.
as a ritual.
I have to cast it as a ritual.
It
Which
is a
takes
level
1
1
minute.
spell.
Why is that not
Now,
on the list?
I do have a bunch of other
It's because
goods.
it's a bard or wizard.
Ah. Okay. Identify, there we go. Oh. I also want to mention, Beth, casting Identify also requires a pearl worth at least 100 gold. That is
I thought I had a pouch that
Yeah,
Well,
has...
yeah,
the component pouch only negates the need for non... If a spell specifies a cost of something, you have to have that specific thing worth that thing because it tends to be consumed.
Vincent, I will point out there is a pearl on my table.
That's also true.
I was about to ask. Is
Alright,
there a
There
pearl?
how much is the pearl? If I buy the pearl, can I cast Identify on the smoldering armor?
You did say only if she bought something.
Well, the armors.
Oh, wow.
Well, how am I going to know if I want to buy the armor if I don't know what the armor does?
You see, it's called window shopping. You see, and you decide from looking at it.
Thank you, sir. Good day.
The pearl. I don't even know. The pearl will say, what? 500 gold.
As he gestures to the pearl, you see it glint in the light, and you can feel magic just wafting off of it.
I don't want to.
Do you have any swords? Like a rapier or something?
Yes.
I do?
Yeah, I just do it. Yes, you have one.
The voice
Yes.
of God whispers in the merchant's ear.
Yes.
No, better yet, you just hear a reverberation from the sky as everything around you shakes, and it just says, "Yes!"
Yes.
And
it is in stock.
and what is it called? You have at least a label, yes?
Do I have a label? I'm asking my brain.
Let me find the label, please. Hold one moment.
My manifest is quite long.
And also, I want you to tell me exactly every detail about this item before I can even remotely consider buying it, and that's a 30.
Ooh, only if you have a golden chicken egg would I do that.
No, I rolled a 30. You gotta play with that. That's GM rules on that one.
Why you rolled what?
I rolled a 30.
When?
Just now.
Is he lying?
Wait, you rolled a 30?
I rolled
Yeah.
a 16 plus 14.
For what?
to try and convince you to tell me exactly what the sword
All right,
does.
let me see. I guess he has
Do
to
a
roll
D.
against it.
Yeah, I gotta roll against it.
He actually beat you. He rolled really bad.
Okay. I will tell him once I can find on my manifest the weapon. I will tell him what it does.
Yeah,
Basically-
it's here. Hold on.
While you dig for it, basically she's talking about how much she knows about treasure and, how, demeaning your supplies, but also talking it up and getting you excited about selling this item to her, even though she has no money at all.
I'm just imagining.
That's not a
Kay
wing.
in
Did
the
you say you
background
have
going,
no money whatsoever? Is that what I just heard?
It all went
Yeah.
down with the ship.
Okay. Are you ready?
Well,
I pull out from my cloak or duster. Duster, that's way cooler.
Yeah, again, just this duster with hundreds of pockets inside and out, and so he's just searching through every single one. I know it's in here somewhere. I just have to find it.
I pull and pull and pull for a ridiculous amount of time. A very
I look away.
long-bladed weapon appears, glistening, glowing purple, called Snarlbiter the Soul Stinger.
Is that the real name?
It is now.
Snarlbiter. Do you need to know what it does?
specifically.
Okay. Snarlbiter. When you roll a 20 on your attack roll with this magic weapon, your critical hit deals an extra 2d6 damage of the weapon's type.
Oh, sold. But I cannot buy it.
How much?
I'm surprised.
Wait, what was the price?
I haven't set a price.
Oh, so free. Got it.
A rapier
Now-
is
1,000
normally, I think, 50 gold.
Yeah, but it's a magical rapier.
Yeah, it's red. It's a magic.
Yeah, magic items do go for a lot of money.
We'll set the price at 1,500.
What are the items you have? Can you list them off for me?
All right. So, looking
just
across the
end this
table, you see what appears to be a bubble that's sort of just lightly bounces up and down off the table without popping.
But it has a price tag on it.
Everything has a little white string with a dollar
Okay,
sign.
so what's the price
Oh.
of that?
We're not there yet.
Oh, I'm asking. I'm pointing and asking, what's the price of the bubble?
Well, now we're getting back to the armor territory.
You have to tell me how much you're charging for it.
I don't know how much the things are that you want me to buy.
I will tell you its rarity.
Tell me. What?
It is a
You
common.
can see Kay's face is now very red and flustered because this
A
dude
common
is
item.
telling her how much to buy these things for.
My lady, perhaps we should just leave. This man is obviously trying to grift us, and we do not have time for this. We must go back to the shipwreck and find our crew and kill the abomination.
I would like to roll to convince them that they desperately need to buy some of my wares.
Oh, God.
All right. So that's
Yes.
27
All right,
on persuasion.
and this is against insight.
No, this would be it's persuasion. So you just have to roll a charisma check.
All right, that's my highest stat. Let's go.
Says the guy who has not the money, and who also did not roll.
I have a 7.
Hey, it looks like we're still shopping today.
Not only did I convince him to shop, he found some gold in his pocket and tipped me.
I found like a waterlogged piece of silver. I'm like, I apologize, good sir. Here, for the trouble.
Okay, how much is the bubble?
Bubble? I don't know what a good price would be, so we're gonna say 200 gold.
Okay. I buy the smoldering armor, the weird name rapier, the purple, and the bubble.
Would you like to listen to any? There's a lot of stuff that you didn't let me continue to list.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
also-
warlock specific.
You also see a cloak that seems to constantly be moving. You see a candle that's dripping with water. You see a coin that seems particularly shiny. We mentioned the what looks to be a glass eye
great.
rolling around. You see a bottle with liquids separated into banded colors.
Do not forget that there is a potion with a question mark on it for 1 gold.
Yes, that's also there in the front at all times.
That's a
For 1
trap.
gold.
I don't know if you've ever watched
even
any
know who
horror
it is.
movie ever or heard
I
any
don't
horror
know.
story. That's a trap.
There's an extremely fancy, ornate beer stein. A pair of large gauntlets. Another cloak that also appears to be dripping wet. The magical pearl that caught your eye earlier. And a small wand. Not to mention the 2 sets of armor.
Okay. How much for the beer stein?
Where's that? Oh, there it is.
Yep. It's they called the tankard.
Let's see.
The rest of the name.
Oh boy, this is a good one. This tankard is 1,000 gold. Stranger.
Rolls her eyes, looks at something else.
Wait, how old is Chad's character?
Okay, what about the cloak?
They're
How much
all
is
illegal.
the cloaks?
The cloaks? What about them?
How much?
How much?
Where are they? Let's see.
One of them's like the second one,
Yeah.
and the other one's below your character sheet thing.
Okay, so she's just asking how much.
Yes.
Unless you'd actually like to tell me what something freaking does.
I will tell you the names of the cloaks. The first cloak is the Cloak of Billowing. Billowing. For 400 gold. The other cloak, the Cloak of the Manta Ray,
What's the second one?
Cloak of the Manta Ray is 1,000 gold.
So how much was the first one?
400 gold.
400 and 1,000?
Yes.
What else was there?
I don't even
Beer
remember
thing.
how much I said the sword was.
The sword was 1,500.
1,500, that's right. Did I put a price for the bubble? I don't remember.
200.
200?
200? Yeah, that's right.
And you said the tanker was how much? 1,000?
1,000.
Just writing all this down so we can keep active track of it.
Wait, I need to know how old Chad is.
He's old enough to drink.
But do you
No,
ask me in
it's-
character?
Oh.
Are you fresh out of college? Or are you very, very seasoned and on your way to the grave? There's no in between.
I rolled a 20 to convince you that I'm 25.
Then the tankard is 999 gold.
You realize I'm an elf. That would mean I'm pretty young.
998 then.
Oh my god, okay. You're making my calculator go crazy here. Hold on. Okay,
We're
so what is
negotiating.
the eyeball? What's the name of the eyeball? What is this thing?
The eyeball. Yes. Ersatz eye. Ersatz eye.
How much?
The eye of Ersatz. Ersatz eye is 600 gold.
And what else do you have that I haven't already listed?
Holy crap.
There's
Is
still
there,
there's a
We
candle,
have
a coin.
Uh-huh.
There's the other potion that's not the random.
Okay, okay. The random. Oh, what is the other potion that's not the random one?
Well, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna call it potion.
You can tell them if you want to. You don't have to.
Fine.
Just said you don't have to play it that mysterious. You can tell them what some of the stuff do. You're also welcome to lie to them and tell them it does something it doesn't do.
That's true.
don't tell him that.
Oh, good. Then I know what the rapier does exactly. Cool.
Well, I didn't want to throw them off on my first meeting.
I know, but it just you seem to be having issues trying to come up
Okay.
with how to describe.
How much is the candle, the coin, and the potion that's not the mysterious one?
Okay. The candle is called the Candle of Might. The candle is 1,000 gold.
Okay.
What else did you ask?
The coin?
And the potion of blank.
Okay, the coin. The coin. The coin of delving. Coin of delving is 600 gold.
And the potion?
The potion. Let's see. Just so you know, this potion is separated into different colors. Brown, silver, and gray layers resembling bands of stone. Shaking the bottle fails to mix the colors, and it is called the Potion of Climbing.
He shakes the potion around to prove his point and show that the colors, in fact, stay in their bands.
Okay. And how much is this potion?
100 gold.
I will literally take everything on your table besides the demon armor.
How much is it in total?
It is
Stranger.
8,899 gold.
Perfect.
Oh god.
Well, we tapped Beth's starting boon out pretty quick.
Yeah, but now I'm rich. Is this where she finds out with what she got?
Oh, I mean, they have
Me
to
and Beth will
identify
rob
it on
some
their own
people.
time now.
Oh yeah, they have to do it on their own time. That's right.
Watch, everything he just listed was complete bullshit.
Or is all cursed.
Wait, before she gets anything, she places the gold in my hand and she fills out a non-return contract.
Of course.
Son.
Okay, I signed it in blood, I guess. I literally like cut my thumb and put my thumbprint on the thing as my
Use
signature.
my ink pen.
I don't know about that.
You'd rather cut yourself. Why?
Okay, I sign it with his ink pen.
All right.
Okay, so I hand the rapier to
Is it? I don't even know if it's a rapier, honestly.
Silver.
That was a
Is that your name?
Okay.
No.
What's it?
Snarlbiter.
Well,
Does it
sorry,
tell me?
no, it's Day. Sorry, I don't know who Cell is.
Day. Okay.
That was the name you told me to put on there.
Yeah, I know.
God damn it.
I mean, the actual character's name is Cell.
Uh-huh. They don't know who you really are either, then.
I need
Just
to
so
write
it's
down
clear,
all the things.
Alright. So,
Well, she has to hand out the items, all of them.
mhm.
If you need us to list them off again, we can do that. Or I assume you wrote them down.
I hand the smoldering armor to Crimble. I know. I'm processing how I'm gonna do this. I hand the smoldering armor. Well, I don't even hand it. I can't carry smoldering armor. I tell him to grab it. So, Crimble, come grab the armor, but don't put it on yet.
Oh, ignore that laugh.
That's creepy. And really uncomforting. Okay. And then I will hand the rapier to Day. So I don't have that. I will stick the candle, the eyeball, the coin, the tankard into my backpack.
There's still 2 cloaks, gauntlets.
I forgot about the fucking gauntlets. You didn't list that the second time.
Did
Wait,
I not?
was that?
No. How much were the gauntlets?
Well, if you bought everything else for $8,999, you can't afford the gauntlets.
Well, maybe I could trade something out. Because you didn't list the gauntlets the second time.
I mean, we're gonna say these gauntlets are 1,000.
Okay. What else did I buy for 1,000? The eyeball was 1,000, wasn't it? No, it wasn't.
No. Let's see. What was 1,000?
The tankard.
The
And
tankard
one of
was
the
1,000.
one of the cloaks was 1,000.
I think it was the cloak.
It was not the billowing one, it was the one that was wet.
Yeah.
The manta ray. Cloak of
Manta ray.
manta ray.
Can you tell me the name of the gauntlets?
The gauntlets of Ogre Tower. When I say their name, they tremble.
Nah. Okay. I won't take them.
Okay.
The coin.
So now I just have a table with gauntlets on it.
With gauntlets and the demon armor.
And demon armor.
Demon armor.
Bouncing bubble. And the 2 cloaks. I'm also going to stick those in my backpack. I'm not putting anything on. I'm not equipping anything. It's going straight into my backpack.
There you go. And the wand?
I didn't buy the wand.
Oh, you didn't buy
I
the wand
didn't
either?
either.
Okay.
I did not buy the wand. I've
I
heard.
didn't even know there was a wand.
Yeah, that
It was
one
the la-
also
it was the
wasn't
last
said
thing
on
I
the second
mentioned, but then
time.
I think somebody asked a question and I didn't get back.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Um,
There's
I don't see.
money.
Am I missing something? Candle, eyeball, tankard, coin, bouncing bubble.
Wait a minute. So they spent $8,999, right?
8,899. I have 101 gold left.
Okay. I would like to use I want to persuade her to spend 1 gold on the mysterious potion.
I bought the mysterious
She
potion.
did. She did. Say
Oh, she
bought
did?
everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're
He just really wants to sell them.
And the regular potion, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was the potion of...
He didn't tell you,
He did.
did he?
Mining, stone... Welding... What was it?
It was a potion of climbing.
Climbing. Or is it?
Where is it?
Maybe I switched the labels.
Thank you.
Mysterious potion... The cloak of... Billowing and the cloak
Billowing.
of the manta ray,
Manta ray.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Manta.
No.
The Manta Ray.
No,
Yes.
It's Manta.
Manta.
Okay,
Did you-
am I missing anything?
Other than the things
Did
that
you-
you no longer have the money for. Or the things that you specifically didn't want.
And take off this money.
Did you make sure to take note that a golden chicken egg will do nicely in the future?
I don't know if I ever want to buy anything from you again, honestly. I literally just bought your entire shop almost.
Oh,
And to be
I'll
fair, the only
honestly
reason I
re-
didn't buy everything in your shop is because I can't afford it.
I'll honestly be refilled by our next encounter.
Oh. Cortland.
What?
One of your abilities.
Huh?
One of your abilities is relevant at this moment.
Hi, Glenn. Oh, sweet. Hi.
I feel like I'm missing something still. Candle, eyeball, tankard,
Oh.
coin, bouncing bubble, potion of climbing, mysterious potion, cloak of billowing, cloak of manta ray, the sword, and the armor. Was that it?
Okay. The first ability, right, Vincent?
Yes, the first one. Don't tell them exactly, but, just kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give them something.
Before you turn and walk away, I flip over to you a very, very shiny coin. Light casting off it in all directions.
Does this coin look like the same coin I just bought?
No,
Okay.
it has a really big dollar sign on it.
Am I wanting to pick this coin?
Well, it's gonna
You
hit... He
want
flipped it
the
at
coin.
you, so it's gonna hit you if you don't grab it.
Yeah.
I was standing next to my lady this whole time, and so I block it with my hand and I grab it.
Alright, as you
Okay.
grab the coin,
I-
it disappears in a flash of light. And you feel a
What?
warmth spread through you.
Oh. They
Oh,
have the
good.
effect?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
Oh, that's not ominous.
I feel like I just got ripped off in the first session.
You feel, once you absorb it, you suddenly feel like Elon Musk.
Oh God. I'm a bright.
What is Elon Musk?
He's immediately gonna start posting on Twitter.
And then I wink at you, and I say, good luck, big spender.
And with that, he waves
We end
a
our first
hand,
session.
and the fog that covered your eyes as you ended up in this giant foggy place of empty ocean, and you end up, and as it passes, you end up back on the regular harbor.
And in the distance, you hear, strangers.
And there we go.
Sounds like he's got a smoker's cough.
Well, where do you think it came from?
It's a shame there's no doctor around here. I don't know if he survived the wreck.
As you did there.
This will
Anywho.
become relevant later.
Alright.
Okay.
So anyway, you are now,
So now Wait, now I appear if they come to a town or a boss?
Well, I'll decide when you're gonna show up, and I'll let you know, and then we'll.
Okay.
I'll have your next shopping list ready by then, ahead of time this time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't think I got really ripped off.
I definitely didn't expect you to just say, "I'll take it all."
I mean,
Oh, you didn't tell me what anything fucking does!
We'll probably prepare a little better now.
You did
When
put
you're
shiny
talking-
things in front of Beth.
when you're talking to a
I
mysterious
can't just
merchant,
leave it there!
a merchant in the middle of the ocean, do you
No
expect to
problem.
know?
He's supposed to be
Every-
mysterious, Beth.
Yeah. That's my name, Mysterious.
Anyway. All right. So, y'all want to take a moment to ascertain what you've collected, or do we move on?
I don't want to spend the serious pearl to get the freaking identify off.
I mean, you don't have to cast at it. You can at least do Arcana checks or experiment with things. You don't
Okay.
have to do it.
So we're no longer here, or are we still here on
No,
this?
but I don't have
dock?
a regular. I don't have a regular map.
You don't
I
have
was
like a
just
home
gonna-
screen map?
I was just
Okay.
gonna enter. I was just gonna do the introduction and end up in the thing. And Cortland kind of asked to do this at the last minute, so I threw.
So we're
it.
just on the dock, right?
Yeah,
We're
you're
like,
on the regular dock waiting for your contact that hired you.
okay. So I guess I just want to at least look at each item because I didn't get to get a good chance to look at everything.
Right.
So I guess we want to inspect Crimble's armor first.
All right.
And I didn't write down the other two things. You guys had to have. Did you guys write down your sword and your armor?
Mine was the smoldering armor. His was the weird rapier name about stabbing in the soul or some shit.
Yeah. But I didn't write it down, so make sure you write it down, Chad.
Mhm.
That
Um,
was,
Okay.
yeah.
So we're definitely both gonna pull out his armor and take a look at it. So what would you like me to roll to see if I know anything about this?
It was snarled
Arcana?
under the soul stinger. Yeah, if you're trying to check for magic, it's going to be Arcana.
Are you not able to tell me, a recommended price beforehand, Vincent?
I could have if I'd had more time. I will try to give you
Oh,
a recommended
16.
price on everything. 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we checking?
The armor
Ah,
with Arcana.
Which armor did
you can tell, in fact, that the armor does in fact have a spell ensorcelled within it. It
It is
seems
indeed
that it has
smoldering.
been magically imbued with the ability to constantly emit a smoldering wisp of smoke at all times.
So it's regular plate mail with a special effect.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, this goes well.
If it makes you feel better, the one you didn't buy was cursed, so.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean,
It's
demon
RGB.
armor.
It's RGB also.
the smoke
Well, I mean,
changes.
Pyres has
Yeah.
such a good point. He's a paladin.
Yeah.
He would never get armor named demon armor.
Yeah.
I put it 1,000 gold less, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to entice them to buy the
Yeah.
armor.
So I bought decorative armor for 2,000. So I spent
mean-
700 extra money
To be fair,
for
though,
regular
it's
plate.
still, it's
I mean,
still
it's
technically-
intimidating.
It counts as a magic item, so it's technically it won't rust or anything for the most part.
Yeah.
It's like
And it fits to different body shapes
Yeah, 'cause it's
and
magic.
stuff. So,
it's
yeah.
So it fits his weird body. It's and it's functional plate mail, which he did not have. So
Okay. So I'm calling it safe. So Crimble, you can put on your armor whenever you want.
Damn, I should have called it Mithril.
And then, do you want to check out your own sword, Day, or do you want me to take a look?
If you wanna, actually, I think I can check it out.
Okay. I'll watch you check it out so I can see.
Wait, what's he checking out?
the sword.
The sword.
The rapier.
Just to make sure it's not cursed.
We just have to make sure that it is what you said it is.
Granted, I rolled really high, so
I'm not smart enough to make it to to make up that stat.
I don't know. Some of those other things, I feel like you definitely made up.
I threw in numbers on the sword one.
He literally just read the actual what the sword did.
Oh,
No, Chad, like you said, y'all knew that Chad won that contesting roll.
Yeah, okay, so we don't
Conan
have to
read
go with that one if it
exactly
actually is
the
that.
game mechanics of what it's a vicious rapier. I just gave it a goofy ass name.
Okay.
But it
And
doesn't
I-
do like plus to damage, but if you crit, it does that crazy extra damage if you crit. And it
Okay.
counts
So the
as-
candle
and it
that's
counts as
dripping
a
water.
magical weapon for the purpose of needing to be a magical weapon.
Oh, and it was 2d6, right?
Yeah, it's like I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
It's an extra 2d6 when you crit,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, 2d6 on.
It is important that you know it's not RGB. It is only purple.
It's a purple rapier.
The dripping water candle,
All right. How would you like to examine it?
I'm assuming Arcana again.
Okay. But I just
Or
want
do you mean,
describe
am
the
I
process.
holding it?
Like, what are you doing to try to test this candle?
So is this just like a elongated candle with no like
It's a
base
it's
or
a
like
candle, and it's in one of those like little old timey metal tins with the handle on it. It's got
Lantern?
like the drip thing. I forget what they're called.
okay? So I'm just holding it by the handle and kind of looking in it, smelling it, like
You smell the ocean.
okay.
And we're right next to the ocean.
But you smell it more.
I'm going to do the Arcana
And
check on it.
We're at the
you
port
hear
where
the
it smells
ocean.
really
I
bad.
rolled shit.
It's,
3
there seems to be nothing that
plus-
you can tell.
is it
7.
just a scented candle?
There seems to be nothing you can tell.
Okay. So I'm going to put the candle away for now. It's just an ocean candle.
Right? It's dripping water, right?
Yes, it's dripping
Yes.
water constantly.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Beth just rolled shit.
I did. I rolled a 7. Eyeball.
Okay.
That
Pull
was
it
a
out
weird
and look
name.
at it in the palm of my hand,
And
I will roll
Okay. Let me see the roll.
for to see if it's magical or whatever. That's 15.
You can sense magic from it. But you cannot seem to get it to do anything, no matter what you pulse magic through it, you toss it around, you hold it to your
I don't
forehead.
know what it does.
I don't know what it
Okay.
does. But it is magical.
Okay. The tankard.
Alright. Are
Yeah.
you doing anything in particular to test the tankard, or are you just checking Arcana checks?
I'm holding it by the handle, looking inside the cup, looking at the outside, the bottom of the cup.
Visual
I
inspection.
never told him the name, right?
No, you did not.
Okay.
Visual
That's
inspection
important.
is giving you no new information.
Okay, then I will do an Arcana check.
Okay.
That's
Well,
a nat 20.
She should know what's sculpted on it,
She
right?
knows exactly what it is now.
Yes.
So, you now understand. You gaze into the weave of the magic, and you know that you hold, where the hell is that name? It is the tankard. The tankard of sobriety. It has a stern face sculpted on one side, and you can drink ale, wine, or any other non-magical alcoholic beverage poured into it without getting drunk.
Oh,
But it will
okay.
have no effect on magical liquids or harmful substances such as poison.
So this would be good for trying to ascertain information at like a bar, pretending
You
to get
fake
drunk
being
there.
drunk.
Yeah.
It's really good for Chad, the 25-year-old.
Okay.
Yes.
25.
Yes.
I swear I'm not trying to like monopolize this first part, but I had to buy all the things.
That's fine.
Coin. I pull out the coin and I visually inspect it.
It seems to always catch the light, no matter which way you turn it.
Okay. I guess Arcana check then.
Alright.
$14.
It is magical.
Do I sense anything magical from it? Do I know,
You know it's
what it is?
You know it's magical.
Okay.
In fact, upon
I should
holding
probably-
it in your hands, you realize it's actually shedding light. It's not just catching it.
Can my face be on the coin?
Also, Beth, go ahead and give me a dexterity check real fast.
Shit. Okay. Nat 20?
Oh, alright.
Oh,
You had almost slipped the coin while inspecting it, but you managed to catch it before it fell.
that's actually
Okay.
not good.
The bouncing bubble. I'm gonna put all this stuff back in my bag. The bouncing bubble.
Uh-huh.
I'm holding it in my hand.
Okay. Let's
And
see.
in visually
you-
inspecting.
You feel it, it doesn't have any give. It's actually it feels slightly tacky. It's almost got a rough edge to it, like it's a ball. But you can sort of see through it. It looks like looking through a bubble.
Okay. I guess Arcana check.
Alright.
I got stuck on Murphy. It's 14.
It is magic.
Okay, do I
And
know
you
anything
don't know
about
exactly what it does, but you do know that as you raised it towards your head, that the bubble started to grow.
Raise it towards my head, the bubble grew. Okay, so
You are around the ocean.
Crimble, take this and hold it above your head.
Crimble?
Crimble,
Crimble,
take this and hold it above your head.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear anything. Okay, I do the thing.
Alright. As Crimble dutifully takes the bubble and holds it above his head, it grows bigger and bigger until it envelops his head. Crimble's head is now in the bubble.
Can he
Okay.
breathe? Can you breathe, Crimble?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
That's actually
Can
very
you breathe
useful.
underwater?
Yeah, just hop on in your magic plate mail into the ocean.
No. I ignore maneuver difficulties because I'm a paladin
that's
of
right.
open sea.
That's right, I forgot.
But yeah, I do that.
Okay.
Okay, he hops into the ocean to see if he can breathe underwater.
Alright. There he goes. Kinda. Anyway. You can fully breathe and see clearly underwater.
Okay, that works out because everyone can breathe underwater except me.
Well,
I will tell him to hold on to the bouncing bubble.
Alright.
So you
Now
want
that
to
you,
add that to your character sheet?
Yep, I get it.
wait, Vincent, do
Hmm.
they don't get to know the extra information on it?
Not yet.
We haven't
Okay.
learned
They
it.
didn't roll enough. And they haven't
Okay.
experimented with it physically enough to find out that particular piece of information.
Got it.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore the potions for now. Cloak of Billowing.
Alright.
I
Hell
pull
yeah.
it out and visually inspect the cloak.
Alright. The cloak does, as you hold it, it does seem to be just a regular cloak. You almost think that it moves every time out of the corner of your eye when you're not looking at certain parts of it.
Okay, I will roll for Arcana.
Chad could also be rolling for Arcana too, because
He's a,
because of
I guess he has a bard, yeah. Oh.
Yes, I am very good at
19?
Arcana.
you're a bard,
Alright.
you're good at
Not only
everything.
can you tell that it's magical, but you've your inspection actually informs you on how to use it. Using a bonus action, you can make the cloak bellow dramatically around you when worn.
Oh my god. Okay.
This man just grifted us out of all of our money.
No, I made a point. I didn't expect Beth to buy everything. Some of this stuff is really good, like the bubble.
Yeah.
Some of these
Yeah.
are joke items. All of them are magical, I will say. He's never going to have anything in his shop that isn't magic. It's just whether or not it's going to be good, or useful, or maybe cursed.
well, get that golden chicken
And is
egg
that
in.
for what kind of free action?
It's a bonus action.
Bonus.
Bonus action.
It's a bonus action to be dramatic.
Okay, I put the cloak of manta ray.
Oh yeah.
The cloak feels wet to the touch, even though you don't see any dampness about it.
Okay, I do the thing.
Zoom.
Shit, 9.
9. You know that it's magic.
You know what? I have a feeling that what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take all the ones that are useful and keep them, and then just try and sell the other ones off to some random asshole for
I'm
like
the old-
tons of money.
Actually, you know,
I
the
have a
tankard is
feeling-
not a bad one either.
It's okay. Like it's situational.
Yeah.
But it
It
doesn't
doesn't
protect you.
protect you from poisons or anything.
Hey,
Okay, the
I have a
pearl.
monopoly on all merchants. On all selling.
The pearl is the last thing.
The pearl you already know is magic. You
Wait,
already felt.
do they know
magic
what the
wet
cloak
to
Okay,
does?
so I just need to roll to see if I know what
she
it
does
does.
not know what that cloak does.
Okay.
She just knows that it's magic.
And it's wet.
That is a 21 for
so-
the pearl.
The pearl radiates a magic within itself, but also responds to magic pushed into it. Hold on, wait.
Oh,
Wait.
is it the pearl of spell storing?
Where is it? No, it's not that. There
Oh,
it is.
okay.
The Pearl of Power. While it is on your person, you may use an action and speak its command word, squid, and regain 1 expended spell slot.
Ooh.
But if where the expended spell slot was a 4th level spell, the one you receive is a 3rd level, and so on.
And
Once
Still
you
really
use the
good for
pearl, you
her.
cannot use it again until the next dawn.
long rest. Okay.
The next dawn, specifically.
Oh. Okay, so
Actual
can you
dawn.
send me the description of that?
Yes.
You have to Venmo him though.
That's actually super good for me.
Yeah. Yeah, because the spell slots don't matter for you level-wise, so that's actually really good for you.
Yeah.
They didn't get the wand, right?
No, they didn't get the wand.
Or the demon armor, or
They didn't get
is
the
that
demon
it?
armor, the gauntlets, or the...
Oh, the gauntlets. Okay.
Yeah, or the wand.
Yeah, I only actually have access to 2 spell slots right now.
Yeah.
So that's really good for me.
Yeah. So
In
that
case
at
of
least
emergency.
technically gives you an extra 1 per day. If you don't have the time to long rest.
Yeah.
You should probably put
No,
it
short
in
rest.
something.
I get mine back on short rests.
Oh, okay.
Warlocks get it back on short rest
That's
because
right,
they
yeah, 'cause
have
you
so little.
You have none.
Yeah.
And I
But
believe
all
that-
of your
I
spell
can
slots,
only
though-
short rest twice before a long rest, so
Wait,
But all of your spell slots are maximum to what you are now, which I think is level. They're the 5th
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
fourth.
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 Yeah, she's not to 5th. But they don't ever go higher than 5th either, so...
Correct.
But you do get 1 spell from each tier above it, though. Every
Yeah.
few levels.
Vincent, is that requires thing next to the uncommon something that is important for her to know, or for the
Oh,
pearl?
yeah, you have to attune to that, by the way.
Okay, yeah, that's normal.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
It is.
But how do I attune?
You just
just
have
have to
to.
hold it on
Yeah,
the
you just
person.
have to meditate. Like you have to short rest and spend time attuning to it. And you can only have I think 3 items attuned to yourself at one time.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. How long till our people show up?
They should be here at any time. In fact,
Oh,
as you wonder
okay.
that to yourself, the water begins to. Do I still have this?
Oh, she doesn't know what the potions do.
Do I still have it? I don't have it. Damn. Alright, never mind. Okay, well, then just for the sake of having the visual, I'm going to call everybody to this new board
Ooh.
By the way, I did
in a minute.
get the characters loaded on here.
Oh, you got it working?
Except for one of them, I'm still waiting for it to load.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. Mine still isn't loading. I don't know what the deal is. I have both mine and both characters done.
It takes time.
Let's see.
I think something's just wrong. I don't think it's working. Cause like I have the access key added, and it just says user, and it has the free heroes, but not the ones that I've made.
Did you hit buy and go to use digital credit?
I didn't know I had to do that.
You do. Yeah, so what you have to do whenever you buy it on there, you have to go to your Hero Forge character, and down at the bottom left you hit the green cart, and then in the green cart you hit 3D digital copy or something like that. And at the scroll all the way down to the bottom when you get to that, and it says download for 1 credit.
Alright, did everybody get summoned?
Uh-huh.
You can see?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay, as you stand on the dock, suddenly, from under the water, a giant metal box rises out of the sea.
Okay.
And with a loud clang, a hatch opens up, and a man climbs out and strides over to the top of this box.
Hello, stranger.
And he leans down. Ah, you must be the, He pulls out a small slip of paper, pulls out a little tiny pair of glasses. The strangers?
Aye.
Ah, well then, we're just in time. Come aboard!
We walk aboard.
Alright, let's see, I need,
I don't know where my character is, but I'm on here. Mentally.
Yeah, there's that one. There's that one. I didn't make Chad's... God damn it. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go get Chad. I never hit the unique...
But you can recreate it with the actual thing.
You have the new ones? Okay, yeah, then we'll just do that.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go back over here.
You know now I'm gonna be looking for freaking oysters and shit to get pearls out of, right?
Always make sure when you pick spells about material
I
components.
didn't know. I thought
Yeah.
the component pouch just worked.
If it specifies a cost, you have to have that specific thing because unless it says otherwise specifically, a cost component will be consumed. When you
And is that for any spell or just the ritual ones?
No, that's any spell that has a component that specifies a cost and does not otherwise specify that component doesn't get consumed.
But if it doesn't specify that it has a cost, then I'm good with the component pouch?
If it doesn't have a cost on there, then the component pouch counts as you having what you need for the spell. So it's only for things like identifying needs a pearl, like Raise Dead needs like a diamond worth a certain amount that gets consumed. That was why I remember when I was playing that little Kinku wizard, and I always pulled out that big diamond.
Yeah.
I made a point to specifically talk about the diamond because that spell required you to have a diamond or a gem worth so much money, but it didn't consume it. But I made a point to always pull out that specific gem to do that spell I was doing.
Wait!
Hmm?
It doesn't consume the pearl.
No.
Oh, does it say it doesn't consume the pearl?
I paid 500 gold for that pearl. So I could use it for the ritual, correct?
It lets you. But the thing is, if it's an enchanted pearl...
It says specifically that it doesn't consume...
A pearl worth at least 100 gold and an owl feather. It does not say it consumes.
No, it has to say it specifically has to specify that it doesn't consume.
Oh.
Yeah. Because a lot of there are certain spells that will specify that the cost item will not consume, but you still have to have it. But if it doesn't say anything other, it just says a price on it, that means that it's going to eat it for the spell.
Every time?
Yes.
I got ripped off, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful with utility spells on Warlock, because...
yeah, man, I'm just gonna...
Relearn.
We're in the ocean, I'm just gonna... No, man, I'm just gonna find pearls in oysters. I'm gonna throw it in traps. I'm gonna buy them when I get a chance, throw down traps, and get those oysters.
Let's see. I need to go to players. I need to give Chad GM permission. Alright, go ahead and put down...
Wait. Oh, without a spell slot. Never mind. I misread that.
I just say if she has some ability that says without component. Okay, Chad, to get the ones into the morph list, you have to pull open that morph menu, and then you have to right-click and drag the other tokens into the morph list.
Or do I have to put the tokens down on the ground?
No, you pull them from whatever, from the menu thing. But you have to specifically
I think I do actually have to.
Are you right-click dragging? Because it's weird. Because you can't left-click. If you left-click, it doesn't work. You have to specifically right-click and hold and drag them into the open morph menu. It took me a minute, too. It was not intuitive. I had to go look through the bunch of tutorials and message boards.
Okay, so...
And then let me know when you've got all your shape changes things in there, and I will save it so that I can pull the extremely fancy token into any map.
Okay, I think that's done it.
Alright. So I will...
I have one more thing to add on to it, but it's not, loading in. So
Oh, it's already unique? What?
that's I made it unique.
Oh, you already did it. Okay. Then that means I don't have to worry about it. It's right there, and I always now have access to that. And we can take away the GM rights, and we're good to go again. Okay. So... you step on top of the strange metal box. And it literally just kind of backs out, turns around, and starts heading out to sea. There are no sails, there's nobody rowing. It's just gliding through the water.
In the back here, it looks like there's engines.
You're not back there.
Okay, hold on.
You can't see that.
I'm physically inspecting over the board of all the edges of the ship. I'm walking around just looking at the ship.
Alright. You seem to... it seems to be surrounded by glass on all sides. As you look down, you even see what appear to be cannons of some kind protruding out of the front.
Okay.
There are also large ballista-looking mounts mounted with chains and harpoons. And as you gaze over the back,
like it goes underwater? As in it will go underwater? I guess you can harpoon above water.
You can definitely harpoon above water, but you also already saw it rise up out of the water.
Okay, so it's like a submarine.
Yes, as you look at the back, you can see strange metal devices that seem to be streaming water out of them in the wake of the boat. The man who welcomed you on is suddenly behind you. It's quite a beauty, isn't she?
How does she go?
Ah, let me show you. And
I will follow.
He quickly climbs down this ladder.
I'm assuming our names disappeared. Crimble comes with me.
Yeah, I follow her.
Get in the hole.
I don't think you're gonna fit in the hole.
Just get in the fucking hole.
There you go.
Alright, anyway. Let me, where's my spot?
I'm having some trouble getting under here.
You have to lower the green thing just above
Yeah.
the water level.
I can't.
Anyway, get everybody out of the pile here.
I can't see inside of it.
You can't. Did you lower your green thing to a? It's like kind of just above the water level.
I mean,
Oh, I got it. It's like almost down to the bottom here. Like 2 inches from the bottom. And it'll take the top off the boat.
Yeah, you have to put it where it says 10.2 tiles, and you will see inside the boat.
no, it's definitely at 10.2, and it's not cutting off the top.
Are you?
Wait, now
did
it
you
finally
zoom
did
in
it.
close enough to? Yeah, you also have to zoom your camera in close enough. All right. Anyway, as you climb down the ladder and the hatch closes above you, with a almost silent whirring, the man who hired you and who didn't introduce himself at all, I now realize, so I can't tell you his name, leads you over to a large glowing crystal surrounded by a bunch of pillars engraved with glowing runes, which is flanked on either side by men in robes, holding their hands up.
It
and
seems
focusing
real
on the
culty.
crystal.
Seems real culty to me, man.
You see, this entire thing is powered solely on magic. As long as I have enough mages pouring magic into this crystal, this boat will sail forever.
Huh. What is it that we're looking for?
Well,
again?
you see, it's actually about that entirely. It's been getting a bit expensive hiring mages to keep pumping magic into this thing all day. I've found the location of an artifact, and if it's true, I should be able to hook it up to the crystal, and the ship should be able to power itself indefinitely. And I won't have to pay. You know, I won't have to be charged 2,000 gold a week for the rest of my life.
It's a lot of money. Where is this thing that you're trying to find for you?
Ah, well, you see, I've been given this location of an island that it doesn't show up on the charts anymore, but given the heading that we've been giving, we're supposed to be able to find it. Legends tell that some madman built a temple there to protect his magical artifacts.
As the resident explorer, I will consider if I know what he's talking about. That is... But did I roll a 6?
You rolled a 7.
7.
7. That is an 8.
It was a long time for a +1.
I was expecting a bigger number.
Wow, how many things do you have on +1? You certainly know of several stories of crazed lunatics hiding magical objects in far-off places, but you can't think of a specific one in this region of the sea that you can think of specifically, anyway.
I will instead go, yes, I know exactly which one you're talking about, and roll deception.
Alright.
Actually, hold on. I need to drop that. I need to have 2. So ignore that roll. Oh, I didn't roll very well, but that's still a 22.
Oh, it's a... You know?
Oh, yes, quite. But please, go on.
Wait, how did you find out?
Oh, I'm an explorer. I know quite a lot of things. But please, go back to your monologue. I quite enjoy it.
But does it work the way that it's...
Oh, I don't know much about the artifact itself. I know about the island. Please, go on.
Oh, okay. Well, he's very flustered now. Apparently he went through some difficulty getting this information that you apparently just already had on hand. Well, Well, anyway, hopefully we will get there before anyone else knows about it. I'm a little concerned if it's such common knowledge that everyone seems to know, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not a waste of money. No, it can't be. He now gazes out the window with narrowed eyes. You feel that you might have thrown off the groove of Garthus, because I'm missing opportunities to have him have introduced himself at this point.
I use a perception check to look for the trapdoor that's invariably standing invariably standing nearby.
What did I miss?
That's a 13.
There's no trapdoor.
Okay, good.
I was like, what happened?
I upset the Emperor. I put him off his groove.
Beware the groove!
Throw my groove!
How long till we arrive?
Oh, well, you know, if this boat actually moves at quite the clip, if we keep going with no interruptions, we should actually get there before nightfall, even. He goes over and pulls a lever, and the boat actually, you notice the boat starts going very fast.
It's just from. Oh, okay.
And that's when the boat rocks with a massive thunk.
Oh no. This is giving me flashbacks and PTSD.
He pulls the lever. What the hell was that?
Probably an aberration.
One of the mages that maybe we hit something. What?
Iceberg! It's the Titanic! We're going down!
Garthus is over here trying to look out the front windshield to see if there's any damage or anything outside.
Are we still, like, on the surface of the water? Can I climb up?
Yeah, no, it's not underwater.
Okay, I'm gonna... Can I open the door to get up?
Yeah, there's a button on the ladder.
Okay, I push the button on the ladder and climb out. Which...
Yeah, you're out there.
Okay, and do I see anything?
Give me a perception check.
Just perception?
Yeah.
My dice is disappearing.
You got a 5 and then a 6?
Yeah, it didn't show me roll it, but I'll go with the 5 since that's what I rolled first.
Yeah.
Perception...
Alright,
For the record, for an armor,
11.
I have a lot of blues.
What?
For armor called the Smoldering Armor, it changed colors after I started wearing it. There's a lot of blue. You know, like the ocean.
I see. I assume you're talking about, did your new thing finally work?
My what? My what?
Your thing.
I'm gonna have
have to buy the models, apparently. I didn't realize that.
Okay.
Are we
you're just
planning to
flavoring
make
with
this
the
a
armor.
sort of long-term game, or is this just going to be a short-term game?
I mean, that's up to y'all if y'all want to keep playing these people after we finish this adventure. I can keep it going. This particular quest I've come up with is not a long-term quest. We'll probably finish this in maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 runs.
Depends on how often we get to play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just not sure I want to spend
Money
$6.
We don't need them.
Okay.
Okay, I got an 11.
11? Alright.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything out here as the boat slows down a little bit back to a stop. But you catch a whiff of something. Over the mostly overpowering scent of salt in the air, you smell something rotten. And, oh, I have access to all the Hero Forge things, too. That's interesting. Where is that particular thing I need? That's not it. There it is. And as you start noticing that smell, thunk, 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 You hear repeated thuds,
Oh.
and you turn around to see these piles of sludge that have suddenly landed on the ship, and they start writhing and rising, and they start moving towards you. Roll initiative.
Someone moved away from me?
I think the warlock's fine, right?
It's just not showing me when I roll the dice. I don't like that. I didn't see what I rolled.
I didn't even see what Beth rolled.
I rolled a
What I rolled.
13. You rolled a 6.
Of course I did.
So I have 16 initiative.
Yeah, it's
That
not
was a
giving me the
21
dice
for me.
either. What the heck?
Oh wait, no, not 21.
It's like invisible. Do you see
Wait,
what I
yeah,
mean?
21.
Maybe we have too many. Hold on. Let me, How do I clear all dice?
Right click.
It's not letting me do that either. What the hell? There's a bunch of dice down here.
Oh, if you hit right click and
I can't right click on the dice. Is my water map bugging things?
Here,
That
can you click on the one I just put right here? On top of the ship?
No, I can't. What is this? There's an exclamation point up here. There's some disconnect thing happening.
Oh, do you close up the game and restart it?
I might need to. Yeah. Let's.
It might be from passing DM over
Yeah.
so many times.
All right, everybody out. Let me restart the server on it. Wait, hold on. It went away. No, it's doing it again. Yeah, no, we need to restart.
Okay.
All kids out of the pool. Technical difficulties. Huh.
You know, the weird part is, I know for a fact I never paid for a Hero Forge character, and I had them in Tailspire before. I had Gobgert, and I had Gorchok.
Is you sent them to me.
Yeah, just say Chad paid for him, didn't he?
If you send them
Oh.
both to me, I have a ton of credits to use.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, you don't mind?
No?
Alright.
I think if you just like copy and paste like the link or something, I don't know. Can't remember how we did it before.
Neither.
Alright, it's back open. And I can use dice again. Okay. Yeah, it just flubbed on us, I guess. Weird. Now I need the I need my stream to remember how to work. Great. I may have to use display capture. That's unfortunate. Okay. No, hold on. Maybe now if I turn that off? No, it still doesn't know. But why? Oh. Okay, there we go. That fixed it. Alright, good. Good. Meanwhile, I can, There we are. We have one Chad.
Oh, my bad. Coming.
It says I'm in here.
I do not see you.
Just waiting on GM.
Yeah, you're on a different map. You'll have to switch maps or have the GM bring you.
Let me hit that button real fast. Okay, now you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, Glenn, do not, please.
Wonder what broke it. Maybe it was just the Hero Forge things being loaded in midway.
Maybe.
Game just suddenly freaked the frick out.
Oh, didn't save my colors. Fuck. Do this again. I just sent you Beth's a second ago.
How'd you send it?
I sent it as a share through Discord.
Okay. While y'all get that worked out, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bathrooms.
Where'd you send it? To me or to Vincent?
Oh, shit. I sent it to Josh by accident. Hang on. There it is.
Axel, I need you to go to Mom's room. Can you go to Mom's room for me? Hey, Mom.
Now just send me the other, and I can. That'll be loaded in.
Alright, I'm tweaking the colors now because I adjusted a bunch of colors to how I liked it, but then it didn't save. So I have to do it again. But it won't take me long.
Be right back.
I had a blue for this. I just can't find it now.
Rat flower, where you at? Follow your room. Follow your room, don't listen to him growl. Alright, let me get back in
I'm back.
here.
Right.
That's the button. Double check it. It's still working.
go.
Everybody back?
Looking for.
I am.
Okay, does everybody have their initiatives?
Can I re-roll my initiative?
Sure, I guess.
Hooray! And I'm sending Grimble to Chad now. Yeah. Hearing Grimble. Clockmaker.
Check out Lion-O over here.
Lion! Nerf. Well, didn't roll much better. I rolled an 8 instead of a 7.
So you
I
have
had 21.
so 21. Oh, Chad's in the boat. Let's see. There he is.
Bring myself up.
Well, you started down there.
Oh.
You didn't climb up to look with a on top. That's okay. The ladder's not that far away. So. Beth, what was your initiative roll?
16.
Yeah. Wait, no. It was, yeah. Okay. And they roll last. Okay. Alright. Boop. Alright, so we start... Wait, hold on. No, we... Yeah, okay. Salil, you're up first.
Okay.
Oh, can we have the grid up? Because I have my big reach and my my AOE. I'm sorry, attack of opportunity, but I can't tell how far they are without the grid.
How did I turn the grid on?
I don't remember.
We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, hang on, I'm looking
I
it
don't
up.
remember not without looking at it. I do know that each of these tiles is 4 tiles each. So 20 by 20. But while you figure that out, Salil is going to move 1, 2, 3. Okay, and my movement is 30 with Bard. Oh no, Shadow Kai. 1, 2. How many feet can I move up this ladder?
I mean, it's the same. That's there. How many blocks is that? That's.
Am I able to get to the top with 2 movement?
Yeah. Yeah.
With
it's a
like 10
10-foot
feet.
ladder. Yeah.
Okay. Gotta move my camera up. Okay. So I'm up at the top. And, I'll just kind of shout down to the bottom of the ladder, Captain, what in the world did you hit?
I don't know. I can't say anything.
Don't you have any don't know, periscopes or sensors? I don't know.
He rolls, alright. He's running over and, messing with dials and looking at levers. But he does not respond further.
So you can snap to grid. Oh, G. G is toggle grid.
Hmm.
And
The
I'm going to
problem
use...
with that is that doesn't seem to show the grid on this particular terrain that we're walking on.
Gotcha.
Because it's not doing anything. You'll just have to count it out.
Yeah, just
Just remember,
each of these squares is 4 squares.
Yeah.
Alright. And let's see, I'm
So you
gonna
should
figure
probably
out-
move these guys in their squares, because like this one's in the middle of these squares.
You can do snap too.
6.
There we go. They should have been snap 2 to begin with.
Probably because of the surface they're on.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's 6.
I then use a bonus action to teleport.
Alright.
Teleport.
Actually, how far can I teleport? Oh, 30 feet. Okay, yeah, that's the max. And I will... attack! Would you say this is a surprise attack because I am jumping it behind it?
No.
No.
Trying to pull up all my things here with all the crap. Okay, well. 1 dice attack. Let's go. 13.
13 is a hit.
Alright. I am going to... was it just regular rapier damage for the
Yeah.
basic?
Yeah, it didn't have any pluses. It's just that if you crit, that it does the crazy big damage.
Okay, that is 1d8. And I'm going to... expend... a,
Oh, it's dead.
Bardic Inspiration.
You splatter
Nope.
the slime with your magic rapier.
17 points of damage.
And it stops moving.
Uh,
It's dead now.
and then he strikes it again, and again, and again. Oh, wait,
There's,
nope.
there's
that's
not
my
nearly
turn.
anything left. It kind of went splat.
And I believe it is Kay's turn.
Yes.
Alright, Beth, what you got?
Eldritch Blast!
Do it.
I have 2 beams, so I'm going to hit person 1
Uh-huh.
and person 2.
Alright.
How do I... It says I make a ranged spell attack.
For each one.
Yeah, you do an attack roll, except you use your spellcasting mod.
Which is
Charisma plus proficiency.
Yes. Charisma plus proficiency plus your roll.
Do you get proficiency on Eldritch Blast?
don't
I
you?
don't think you get proficiency.
It just says spell.
On the attack, yeah, it's your spell
Make a
attack
ranged
bonus.
spell attack.
Yeah, so...
So
if it's on
I don't
the
know.
class,
That's why I'm
it's-
asking.
It's charisma plus your proficiency bonus, but you don't deal any additional damage beyond the 1d10 or whatever it is that you have.
Unless she has that one thing.
Do you mean
The
The
one
one
that
that
enhances
enhances attack by your charisma.
Yeah.
proficiency.
Yep,
You
that
do have
thing.
proficiency. Okay.
Okay, so I do? Okay.
Proficiency in your charisma mod, yeah. So which is 3 right now for the proficiency bonus.
So the first one to the guy on the left of me
Okay.
is
6 plus
6 plus 5 is 11, plus 3 is 14.
14, that's a hit.
Okay, and then the second one. A 19.
That's a hit.
So it is 1d10 per beam, plus my charisma mod. So do I just roll 1d10 and it's for both beams, or? It says make a separate attack roll for each beam. Does that mean I make separate damage rolls, or no?
Separate attack roll, 1 damage roll. So you just
Okay.
roll the damage once. And a green laser, boom!
8 plus 5, so 13 damage to each.
Nice.
You both slimes incinerate in the face of your Eldritch Blast. Double kill.
And that will be it.
Alright.
Crumble!
I have loaded in the their 2 figures. Actually, just check and see if you have them loaded in your user thing. And now that I've linked them to the game, you may not have to give me GM rights to do it.
Alright, so. Okay. So this is New Beth.
New Beth team.
This is New Crimble. Alright. I gave everybody the right controls, right?
Mm,
You have control over your new tokens?
No.
You don't?
No.
It
Yeah,
said
no.
I did. How about now?
Definitely.
Oh, I mean, it's nobody's turn right now. Sorry.
yeah, I was about to say I didn't
Oh,
think so.
if
Can you
it's still
move?
on-
Can you do stuff now? Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yes.
go back to where you were. I forgot it was turn mode. All right, we
I,
have to
was
redo
about to
the
say, I don't know how we're supposed to find out.
to.
So I still had 8.
I had 21.
There we go.
Okay, and then all right. So now we're on the monsters.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. It goes. Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh.
I poke it with my stick.
1, 2, within 3.
Yes.
I thought
15
you only
feet.
got the extra range if you were attacking.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I just say it's like you have regular 10 Nort for defense, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, okay.
It's 15 on my turn, 10 on everyone else's.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nyeh. This sludge launches itself at you. Oh wait, no, I'm doing this wrong. Ignore that. Chad, I need a dex save.
Dex save, okay. That is a 15.
15? Alright. You manage to duck under as the slime throws itself at you and hits the deck and explodes in a cloud of toxic sludge.
Oh, that's charming.
Uh-huh. Crimble, it's your turn.
It's your now.
Is there toxic sludge on the ground now?
It's kind of like fizzling out, but it's not like leaving. It's not enough for you to like step in it and
Okay, yeah, that's what to ask. If I remember correctly, so I have 2 attacks I can perform on my turn. I can still move, attack, as long as it's within my range.
Yes, 5e lets you move at any
Yeah.
point.
1, 2, 3. Okay, I attack. So I have a range of 15 with my glaive and long arms that mysteriously grow on my turn.
All right.
Oh my god, there's a theme here. So that is 4. So that was 14.
14? 14 is
Yeah.
a hit.
Okay. I don't actually remember what a glaive deals. I think it's 1d10. Let me
I
double
believe
check.
that is accurate.
Yes, 1d10.
Pretty sure all pole arms are 1d10 actually.
Okay. So that is 2 plus my strength, which is 2, so 4. 4 damage. Yeah, just 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yep.
Your creepy long stick poke has killed the slime.
Okay. Alright, I move. 1, 2, and this is 1, 2, 3. I count diagonally?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he's in range then.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Alright, I poke him with the stick.
Orangutan goblin, whatever the hell this is. Get him. Whoops.
That dice is gone!
That's a hit.
One day it'll stop rolling. There it is.
Yeah, dead.
It's dead.
Alright, that's my turn.
All right. Back to Salil.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to smack it. That is a 17.
That is a hit.
I fell in the boat.
It did. I got a 6.
With a flourish, you have killed the final slime.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Suddenly, the boat starts to rock unnaturally.
Oh no!
Oh no.
What has science done?
What
The
the hell?
f is that?
It's too far above the water. Give me a second. There we go.
We weren't supposed to see that? Ignore the thing in the water?
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
It's gone now?
You see, some large, squirming, tentacled nonsense has come out of the water.
Okay, what
what
have
have
you
you
done?
done?
Just kidding. Where'd it go?
What do you mean, where'd it go? It's over there.
Over where?
Where?
You can't
It
see
It disappeared.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. Y'all don't have line of sight on that, so never mind.
Okay, we can't actually see it?
Well,
We did see it up until it got to the edge
You
of the
saw
boat.
it swimming towards the boat.
Oh. Kringle! Over there!
Yes, my lady! And I run to the edge of the boat and dive in.
When
Yep.
you dove into the water.
Not yet, it's not my turn.
This is true. I need to fix the initiative order now. Alright. Also, this is...
Oh jeez.
these aren't even-
Called a sea monster. Is it the one that capsized our boat?
Not necessarily.
Very
Alright.
aptly named.
That was a real question. Is this the one that crashed into our other boat?
No.
Okay.
They're not after you specifically. This isn't something hunting you down, as far as you know.
As far as you know.
I need. Let's see. Oh, gods! They're huge! Taking evasive action! Hold on, he needs to roll initiative now. It wasn't great. Alright, move out of my way, roll. I need to. He's at the end of it. Okay. Alright, so we're back to Chad.
Alright. I will, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get over here and shout down the hole. Do these ballistas work?
Yes! The levers are on the inside!
Of course they're on the inside.
Just make your way to underneath the weapons!
Alright, I will dash.
Alright.
2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I am at the lever.
Alright. Do you still have an action?
Yes.
Okay, that was.
Actually,
that was
no,
cunning-
I
was that-
dashed.
I didn't know if you. I know you multi-class. Do you have cunning action or whatever?
Oh, yes.
I didn't remember how many rogue levels you took. If you have cunning action, you can dash as a bonus.
Yes, I can, actually.
Alright, then you can use an action to take the controls of the weapon.
Okay, I take the controls of the weapon.
Alright. I assume you want to shoot the only thing in range.
I cannot see it, but I will assume I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you can't see it from there either, through the window?
No.
Okay, wait a minute. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Have to work on line of sight through glass walls on this. Anywho. Alright, give me an attack roll. You can only add proficiency if you have a proficiency with sea vehicles, though.
Hey, I do.
I believe that was a 2. Plus, this is a strength or a dex?
No, you it's a flat roll unless you have proficiency in sea
Water
vehicles.
vehicle.
Yeah.
So 2.
So 2. You fire off the twin harpoons, but the sea monster ducks and weaves, and neither grants purchase. You have missed. The harpoons start pulling their ammunition back to their housings. Is that all you got?
Yep, that is
Yep.
my full round.
All right, Beth, it's your turn.
Okay. Can I see them from here? Is this enough over the edge?
You should be able to see it.
Are you okay?
Let's see, where's the line of
I mean, I can see it physically now. I just wasn't sure if... I don't know.
You have line of sight to it. You're good.
And if I do Eldritch Blast again, it's 2 beams, so I get the damage twice.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you shoot the same target twice?
I can.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So first one. $19.
That is a hit.
Second one. Mm, 14.
14 is not a hit.
So I only get 1.
Yeah.
Oof. 8 damage. 8 force damage.
8 damage. Got it? Alright. You got anything else, or is that all you're doing?
All I got for now. Wait.
Yeah.
Is Fairy Fire a bonus action? Because Fairy Fire would reveal the creature and make it easier to target. I think. Oh no, Fairy Fire is an action.
Yeah. The summoning of my tentacle,
Mm-hmm.
is that an actual action? It doesn't actually specify.
Is it not?
It just says, at first level, you can magically summon a spectral tentacle that strikes at your foes.
Bonus
It's a
action.
bonus action. Oh. So I can do that still, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any point I can see within 60 feet. So...
I like that it specifies Bigby's hand appears as a tentacle.
7... 8 tiles times 5 is 40.
That's 50.
So I can actually do... I will do my tentacle just adjacent to the enemy here.
Next to the...
Next to the sea monster.
Okay. Let's see. Tentacle. Tentacle. Do we have a thing that looks like just a tentacle? That's close enough. This will work. I feel like, wasn't there an actual... I feel like there was an actual tentacle.
I think there was. I thought there was like a Kraken tentacle or something.
When I create the tentacle, I can make a melee spell attack against one creature within 10 feet of it.
There's a giant octopus tentacle.
And there it is.
Ugh.
It's gonna have to be...
There it is.
because it's in the water.
Now it just needs to be black. It's green.
So, I make a melee spell attack. How do I do that?
It's the same as a regular spell attack. It just means that if it's within melee range, it's not a disadvantage. So it's the same thing as how you did your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, so you would roll the same number.
Oh, and then it doesn't hit.
It didn't hit?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Because I rolled a 13.
That's it.
Now, it says I can summon the tentacle a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
so each turn you can perform a bonus action to summon a tentacle.
Oh, okay, so only one per turn?
No. You can
No,
use
no.
a bonus action to move the tentacle and repeat the attack.
But you can't summon more than
She
one
can't.
time.
Yeah, no. If she summons another one, this one goes away, and she can only summon.
Oh, it says I can summon the
It
tentacle
said
a
the
number
tentacle-
of times. Oh, it's the same tentacle, though.
Yeah, the tentacle
Okay.
lasts for 1
Okay.
minute or until you use the feature to create another tentacle, and you can use it a number of times equal to your
Gotcha.
proficiency bonus, but you have to.
Got it.
But you can only have one tentacle at a time. So rather than summoning a new tentacle, you want to use your bonus action to move your existing tentacle, and I have given you control over your tentacle. So.
Yeah.
Hooray.
All right, and that's your turn.
Yep.
All right, Grimble.
Brimble! Brimble smash! Alright, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I jump and still have an attack?
Jump is a movement.
Jump is still movement?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I moved 5, and can I jump from there?
Yeah, I believe that's one space, technically. You can jump into the open air and land in the water. I don't know if
Okay.
you're not gonna get a lot of distance with only one movement left. You'll be able to at least get into the water.
Yeah.
If that's the goal.
Yeah, that's. Oh God, I'm
Alright,
gone.
and into the depths with you!
Well, Crimble's dead. GG.
He's sunk like a smoldering
Oh
rock.
wait, hang on. I did forget. I guess I need to do a bonus action before I would jump in the water to equip my bubble of breathing.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right.
Okay.
I've equipped my bubble of breathing,
You've got your bubble helmet on.
and then I jump in the water.
Alright, and there you are.
Am I within 15 feet of the creature?
You hear a voice from down below there, Kay,
No.
saying, "Did he jump off the boat?"
You are 5 tiles away. You were a little bit too far.
All right. That's fine. That's fine, cause I have spells.
This is accurate.
As he sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Sacred Flame. Because that's the only ranged spell attack I have.
Alright.
I thought about doing Toll of the Dead, but I figured Sacred Flame would be better for our sort of campaign, considering it's all in the
Right.
water. Oh, good. There's a second one over there. I didn't see the second one.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 of these.
All right. Yeah, I just do a ranged spell attack for 1d8 damage. Okay. Oh my God! I can't roll above a fucking 8. I miss.
Damn. Yep, alright. That's your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
That's unfortunate.
Hi.
Alright. The first monster, seeing that you've decided to join it.
Wait.
Huh?
Does it say there's more than one monster?
Because there's one on the other side. That's what I was
Monster.
saying.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Well, no one had line of sight.
sight until I jumped in the water.
Come on, facing. Alright.
Ew.
Alright. It's going to attempt to bite Crimble.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, it's going away! Alright, that dice is gone. So it got a, that's a 15.
That is a miss.
Alright. It will then attempt to tentacle whip you.
Okay.
That's a 15.
That is also a miss.
Alright. The other sea monster, unopposed, rushes the ship. Clang. The whole ship thuds as the monster slams into the side of the box. The spark plug rocks uncomfortably.
Oh, wait. That's too late now. Never mind. I was gonna say, it got in my range. I could have done a attack of opportunity.
Oh, yep, too late now. Let's see. The spark plug takes 16 damage.
Oof.
Wait, we have health for our spark plugs?
The boat.
Apparently.
Our boat has a health bar?
Yes.
Well, where's our health
What do
bar?
you think happened to the last boat you had?
What's
So, Beth, maybe we need to start summoning some allies.
I have a tentacle, it's right there!
I mean, other allies.
Alright. Garthus's turn. Garthus shouts loud, "Hang on! Taking evasive action!"
Uh-oh. I'm being left behind.
The cranks, the boat starts moving. Let's see, it goes...
Fine.
Ah, well...
Even better.
It Well, it moved 4 spaces. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't forget about me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the tentacle.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. He didn't make it very far.
Oh,
He's kind of panicking. He's flipping at the controls.
You know what this feels like? I think you got this idea from Unfathomable. Wasn't that what it was called? Yeah.
I did not, no. This is me actually attempting to try to find a way to make the vehicles work in this, because that other campaign we're doing that I've had trouble with the map is also because there's going to be vehicle-based stuff in that, and this is kind of a test run to try to make it work better. To see how I can at least efficiently make it work in an actual scenario. We'll see how well it works. It's only for this part, at least. Anyway, we go back to Chad, who is still posted up on the weapon.
The ballistas.
Alright, action to attempt to shoot.
Alright, give it again. Damn.
Nope.
That's
Oh
unfortunate.
no. Maybe we should have the guy that's piloting the ship be the one to try to attack with it.
Well, the problem is that he's piloting the ship. And the other person with proficiency jumped off the ship.
But the thing is, Crimble wouldn't have known that he could actually use the weapons.
I mean, you were right there when he was yelling about it.
I was above ship. Would I have
So
heard
was,
that?
Yeah, Salil was above ship. He yelled it down the hatch there.
Oh.
And he yelled back
Oh.
up, and you also heard that. It's a little late now. You're in the water at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get back up either. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. You want anything?
got
Is
rope.
there anything else you can do, Chad, with what you've got left, or you just want to keep posting and trying to shoot the weapons next turn?
I think at that point she'll just go, well, fuck it, and she'll go back
Teleport.
upstairs.
All right.
Just teleport in the water with me.
Nope. I have a short bow.
Okay. I would also reiterate that you also, Kay, heard them talking about the weapons.
I don't have proficiency
You don't?
in said weapons.
You don't have.
I mean, neither do
you don't
I.
have water vehicles either.
No.
It really was the one who jumped in the water. All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, 6.
Give me 1 second. I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
It's okay, it's not his turn. Eldritch Blast. Twice at that one sea monster. So the first one is 16.
16 is not a hit.
Not a hit.
Was not a hit.
Second one.
So if you can just go ahead and roll some damage real fast.
Okay. That's 8 plus my charisma mod, which is 5, so 13.
So Crimble, you take 13 force damage as Kay apparently shoots a little wide on the broadside here.
Okay.
Sorry.
A quarter of my health.
I think that's like 10 feet, which puts me within 10 feet of him, I believe. It's hard to see because there's no grid.
Yeah, you're in range.
Melee spell attack with the tentacle. Fuck. Nothing. Freaking nothing! Do I have anything else? I don't think I have. I should just do a bigger spell next time.
Alright.
Yeah, that's my turn. It's Grimble's turn.
Grimble!
He may need a moment.
Oh, God. Beth, you weren't supposed to shoot him in real life.
My bad.
Too much role-playing. Jesus.
Vincent?
What?
Message.
What?
Message.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Where are the controls inside the boat?
They're right under each weapon.
Okay.
You definitely cannot get there in one turn.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Misty Step.
God, he has teleport.
Yes, I do.
And you can see through the window.
Yes, I can.
Wow.
I realize that my companions don't know how to operate the ship properly, and me being the helmsman and the only one that does. And I can't. God damn it! I can't get this thing to work. Okay, I'm trying to measure my distance from myself to the controls. It's not working.
Let me... Well, I took you instead. Hold on. 6 tiles.
So
35 feet.
no, 30. That's exactly 30.
Oh, no,
Perfect.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Misty Step bonus action inside the ship.
Huzzah! You'll have to go in through the door, unfortunately.
There we go.
Let me go ahead and... There. You don't have to swim anymore. And you're in front of the lever.
I can't tell. Am I can't. Oh my god, this is pissing me off. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright. Action to control weaponry.
Alright.
What do I need to roll? Just roll D20.
You rolled a d20 and you add your proficiency bonus because you're proficient in water vehicles.
18.
18 is a hit! Crimble cranks the harpoons and they turn and fire on the monster. Roll me 5d10, please.
Oh, shit. $36.
36 damage. That would be... 56. There. Boom. The ballistas, the harpoons thunk into the sides of the monsters, electrocute the shit out of it, and then detach, leaving it stunned. The sea monster remains stunned. The other sea monster slams into the boat again. It moves forward. It attacks. Yep, and it deals 17 more damage to the spark plug.
Yes.
And we go to Garthus. We can't keep taking hits like that! I'm gonna wheel around on the stunned one! He, let's see.
Starboard!
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Alright. He starts the process of turning the ship.
And Runs the ship
This one is
into the
here.
one that does damage.
This one clunks into it. And you'll take another 4 damage to the spark plug.
Fuck.
The glass is starting to crack. Next.
Okay. I am going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just gonna use my bonus action just to make sure I get to the edge. Then I'm going to shoot it with my short bow.
Alright.
That is a 21 to hit.
That is a hit.
I think it's a D6 for a short bow, if I remember correctly.
I can check. real
So
quick.
I can also just pull that back up real fast, like.
1d6, yes.
Yeah.
Piercing.
Gonna use another Bardic Inspiration. For 12 points of damage.
So you can use Bardic Inspiration to enhance your damage?
Wait,
Don't worry about it.
is that a whispers thing?
Yeah. No, but I'm College of Lore.
Sorry, yes, of course.
I don't know what you're talking about. But
How much damage?
12. 12.
Alright. Good hit.
Oh my god. Someone just sent a spam message in your chat.
Yeah, I get those still every now and
No.
then.
Doge hype!
Dogehype.com. Oh, sigh. Spam bots. Okay, it's your turn. Unless you didn't have anything else, right, Chad?
No.
No, okay. Okay.
Malcolm
1,
to a drinking
2,
contest.
3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay.
So that's a good one.
120 feet. 20, 25, 30. I have plenty of space.
You have line of sight.
I am going to put it in the water where I can see.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just in an area. She decides
decides
she can have it in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the circle is a massive circle.
Oh,
60
yeah.
feet
Okay.
in diameter.
Yep, then you're good.
It's 30 foot, but
No, 30-foot radius, Beth.
oh. Wait.
That
So
means
It's
a 60
stupid.
Foot, that's a 60
60,
foot
so
across
it's
ball.
10 tiles.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so when I put it here, where I currently am, it does not quite reach the actual boat, but goes up to the edge of the boat.
Oh, it's because you're actually putting it on the ocean floor.
Oh, I don't know how to make it not do that.
You can just, if you click on, like, the edge of the boat itself, should, yeah, like right there.
So, like, if I put it out here where this outer edge is as the center,
Okay. You'd hit it, yeah. You should feasibly be able to place it in the spot where it hits the creature and not the boat.
And even if you do hit the boat, there's no one in that spot anyway.
Yeah, what could go wrong with damaging the boat?
I mean, but this wouldn't damage the boat.
Would it?
I mean, you can specifically just state, I'm putting it in a way that it won't damage
I'm
the
pretty
boat.
sure you have the range
It-
for that.
It's creature.
well, I'm still
not-
just trying. Trying to place it in a way in which, when he moves around, he's still gonna get hit by it too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's up to the edge of the boat, but it's not currently touching the boat. It's centered from where I am right now.
I mean, thematically, we probably just say it's always gonna hit. Until you.
Go ahead, now, what are you trying to do with this? What does it do?
This is the center of the ball. Concentration up to 10 minutes. Dim greenish light spreads across within a 30-foot radius. Sphere centered on a point you choose within range. The light spreads around corners and it lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage. And if it suffers one level, of exhaustion, and emits a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius. This light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible. The light and any levels of exhaustion caused by this spell go away when the spell ends.
So you have it to where it's on the side of the boat?
No. I can't see the side of the boat. I don't have line of sight to that. I'm out in the middle of the ocean. Do you see where my first...
So you're talking about... So where... See, because the only issue is, like... Because he's going to keep moving the boat. The creature's going to move with the boat. The ball will stay where it is, which means... Prospectively...
I mean, to be fair...
The sphere is going to end up going... Pushing further out this way, and this way, and this way.
Okay, I'm just going to cast Eldritch Blast then.
Okay.
You don't have line of sight.
Yeah, you just need to get closer to get it in a better position.
Then I won't have moved here. Just go back here.
Alright. You could do it to this one. You can see this
I
one.
rolled a 1.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Do I need to roll for damage for that one?
What were you casting?
Eldritch Blast. My first game.
Have an attack.
You just missed. There's nobody else to take friendly fire.
Second one is an 18.
18 is a hit.
Or 20, I'm sorry.
Still a hit. More of a hit, I guess. You hit even harder.
Nine damage.
9 damage. Alright.
My turn's done.
Is this a boss fight, Vincent?
Well, yeah.
And they didn't consult me?
You already sold all your shit to them already. We're back to Crimble.
Was what I gave them a one-time thing, Vincent?
Yeah, it'll happen once if it happens.
Okay.
Okay, my turn.
Yes.
Alright. Is this other one that Beth just attacked stunned?
Well, it won't be stunned again. The stun wore off on its other turn.
Okay. I'll just do the same thing again. I attack with the vehicle.
You have to reload.
Okay.
It costs a turn to reload.
Okay. Instead of that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat.
Uh-huh.
It's a bonus action spell. And let me take a box real quick. Now that one actually doesn't cost me 1. And Misty Step costs me a 2. Alright, cool. So that lets me, as a bonus action, including on this turn, but for... In this case, it's free this turn because I already used my bonus action to cast a spell. Next turn, it will cost another bonus action.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. I can do a dash action for free.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dash to the other side.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I use my freakishly long arms to grab the controls and attack.
Yep. That tracks, I guess.
15 plus proficiency 18.
That is a hit. Give me
Okay.
a 5d10 again. $27.
And he's stunned.
Yep. Okay.
Vincent, am I ever able to teleport in and use my attack ability thing?
No.
Oh.
I only gave you that if somebody tried to kill you.
Well, unless they have a golden egg, then maybe.
We'll see.
Hey,
Alright. Sea Monster A. See, can it? It cannot see Beth. It's going to cast this move that recharged. And it's gone. 2. Not very impressive. Thunk. Thunk. It spits up more sludge onto the side of the boat.
Can Beth
Which
cast
then
Abracadabra?
immediately take the next initiative slot. So 1, 2. Yeah. 13 on your AC, Beth. Or no, dex save. Sorry, I did it wrong again. This is dex save.
What do I need to do?
Dex save.
Save. No.
No. The slime jumps into your face and sort of dissipates all around you, covering your face and burning you. You take 2 acid damage, and you are blinded. The other
Okay.
one also jumps at you. I need another dex save.
No.
You take 7 acid damage, and you're even more blinded. Somehow.
You're double blinded.
You thought you couldn't see when you couldn't see before.
Wait a minute. Does she lose an eye?
No.
Oh. That's
Fine.
coming to play.
Why?
that one should be stunned.
That one is stunned. We go back to Garthus. Alright, she's coming around. I feel it this time.
He's literally gonna sink our own ship.
He pulls the wrong lever and the boat goes, in fact, backwards.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take over this ship because this fucker does not know how to pilot his own boat.
5. He's panicking, that's all.
What's his name? Carthus?
4,
Garthus.
Garthus.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
Beth,
I'm taking over this boat.
You didn't remember to move your tentacle.
Yeah. It's fine, I'll just recast it.
Alright. Chad, it's your turn again.
So, Chad,
Yes.
can you teleport and reload the weapon?
Do I reload it up here, or...?
They do have to be reloaded up here.
I see. I mean, I could reload, or I could sneak attack. I guess I'll reload, but I do have a limited number of teleports.
Okay.
But I can run. I can dash over here and reload.
I just said you don't even need to teleport, right? You can just run.
Well, I wasn't sure if it was inside or outside that it had
Oh
to be
yeah, no,
reloaded.
the reload has to happen up here.
You know,
So-
you could have mentioned that it could have been reloaded outside. That's something Beth could have done last turn.
It is, and I forgot about it. We were trying to figure out the logistics of that spell, and I didn't want her to blow a big spell and have it just drift off into the ocean.
I mean, she gets them back. Even she even has Pearl that lets her get it back, an extra one.
Well, I mean, I didn't say she couldn't
It's not
cast
like
it. I
it's
was
a
just
waste.
worried that she needed to cast it closer, and then she decided not to do it at all. So you reload the things?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any? Do you do anything else?
That was my full round to do that.
Okay. Beth.
She's still blind.
One. Wait, I am still
yeah, you are
blind.
still blind.
God damn it! The spell I wanted to do says that you can see.
Well, wait, does she have to do like a saving roll to see if she's still blind?
How does it go away?
It would. Where is it?
Ow.
It's just the end of this turn.
Ah.
So I have a full turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she need to be blind to reload the weapon?
I'm going to do Eldritch Blast. Because it says I just target a creature within range. It doesn't say I have to see it.
But I think you have disadvantage if you're targeting
Yeah,
a creature.
I think it's just disadvantage. I think you can do it. It's just disadvantage on the roll, so you have to roll twice and use lower.
So first one.
Uh huh.
Eight plus 8, so 16.
16 is not a hit.
Okay, second one.
Close. 18? Oh, right.
Nope.
18. That's much.
Don't get your tentacle.
I can't see where to summon my tentacle.
Well, as you just move it, right?
This one, it is going to take forever to get back to this fucking thing. It's going to take like 4 turns. It only moves 10 feet at a time.
No, it moves 30.
No, it moves 30. It has a range of 10 on its
The
attack.
attack range is 10.
Ah! Does it say I can...
You
Yeah,
can
bonus
bonus
action.
action.
But can I not see it? Can I see it?
I think you could just blindly have the tentacle moving. The tentacle doesn't see when it moves.
Ah. Go towards it, my friend!
Boom.
Your god is guiding you.
I'm gonna stop within 10 feet. I'm gonna say that's there. I don't know.
Okay.
Melee spell attack.
Do it.
Does it take the minus because I can't see?
No, the tentacle is, I don't think the tentacle has to see.
It just knows.
It
Oh,
didn't know
nope.
very much, though.
No. 14.
Alright.
Alright. Well, that was my useless turn.
Alright, you're no longer blind. You managed to shake the toxic sludge off of your eyes. For next time. Crimble!
Grimble smash. I shoot my gun.
Do it.
Did I roll?
There it is.
Oh, yeah, 18 again.
That's
That's
a
a third
hit.
18 in a row.
Jesus.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30.
30. Nice. It, gets shocked and is stunned again.
Alright. So then I use my dash. Actually, is there a point? I use my action to do that. Garthus is still gonna have to get controls because I can't do that this turn. I could rush to the other side, but the weapon still hasn't been reloaded on the other side. Oh wait, hang on. I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
Let me make sure I have this right. Ah, concentration. That's not gonna happen. No. 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 That is also concentration. That is my turn.
Okay. The sea monster I guess it's annoyed by the tentacle, but it can't attack the tentacle. It can't spit
It could
things.
try.
It's gonna attack the boat.
It attacks the butt.
It's gonna touch the butt.
You guys made me ink.
Hits the butt. That's another 15 damage to the boat.
Right.
Some of the metal starts bending and creaking. The other sea monster is still stunned. Garthus!
I yell at Garthus, Captain, get the boat out of here now! I'm not losing another ship already!
Oh, we're not going anywhere, don't worry.
Yeah, we know. Oh,
That's not what I meant!
He rolls a
Oh!
20.
There we go.
He reaches around and cranks one lever and yanks another lever and kicks a button with his foot. And he pulls
Murphy
the boat
had the
around.
magic this whole time.
And he pulls this creature around to the front of the boat finally. Alright! Main cannons, fire!
Please be one. Aww.
Oh my god.
Suddenly,
The cannon fizzles out. It is damaged.
Crimble, your hand starts glowing.
Oh.
You look down and notice the lights in the shape of a large dollar sign in your hand before the light explodes out, and you just hear one giant sound of. The cannons take aim, and Garthus doesn't actually miss. Hold on, there it is.
You're welcome, stranger.
The main cannons deal 81 damage to the sea monster.
Woo!
They fire streams of pure lightning, and the thing fucking explodes. Boom.
But what happens to the coin?
The dollar sign fades away from Murphy's hand. As they hear the... Go ahead and say the line.
I don't.
You already did it. They hear you laughing and straight whatever you said just a second ago.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck just happened?
So you were given a boon for buying so many things from the shop.
The coin that I flicked to. That.
When
with
something
fire
important
spots.
goes wrong, it suddenly doesn't.
Yeah. Like the elixir or whatever in Harry Potter. The good luck one.
Anyway, we go back to
That's
chat.
cool. I guess I don't
What,
line
I
of sight
didn't
on
see
the other
anything
enemy anymore.
Not at the moment, now. It's behind the boat now. Garthus managed to back up and get the other one in front for the cannons, but that put the other one straight in the back. What'd you say, Chad?
Basically, can I not see anything anymore?
No, it's behind the boat. You saw which way it went when Garthus moved the boat, but it kind of went back there out of your line of sight. It's still back there, though. He blew up the other one. But that other one's still in the back.
I kind of wish you didn't make the boat so damn big.
Yes.
I literally can't do anything in this combat. It's really fucking annoying. Yeah, hide. Come over here and hide. That's basically all my actions.
I was gonna say you could do a ready action so that when you do see it next, you could attack it.
We're gonna need a smaller boat.
Right there and ready it.
Alright.
So I'm on the side of the boat.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah, that's you, Beth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I see this? Do I have line of sight?
If you don't see it, I don't think so. But
I can see it, but I'm just making sure in game I can see it.
you could probably see on top of it, but you don't have a clear shot. It's got like it's got cover basically.
Wait, there's something that lets me hit it even with partial cover. Hold on.
Okay.
No, Ripper.
What is it? Spell Sniper. Yeah. I get to hit things not only with double range, but my spell attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. So I could probably hit it for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Eldritch Blast! Because I got nothing else.
Who's wearing the cloak
The
below?
first one, nobody.
Oh.
Not
It's a good time to billow at it.
Nope. Well, fuck me, I guess.
All right, Crimble.
I drank the mysterious potion.
Oh shit, the mysterious one?
Okay.
What do we do
Wait.
for it?
You get another turn?
You roll
Wait,
me,
will you actually let me?
I need you to roll. Yeah, drink it. I need to. You got to roll me a D100.
Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on. Let me get Discord, because
Yeah,
this
you
one doesn't
can't
have
do it in
100.
here. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a D100 in here.
Where?
Anything.
Do you see the double
Oh yeah,
zero?
the double zero. Yeah.
And then you roll a 10 with it. Just like regular D&D dice.
I don't like that. I'm rolling in Discord.
What happened to Discord? What?
She's gonna roll the D100 in Discord.
Ah.
How do we determine this, Vincent?
Well, I'm gonna have to put an actual chart together for these.
82.
I was gonna just say before she rolled that, I was gonna say the higher it gets, the better the effect's gonna be.
That's pretty good then.
82. As you drink the potion, you suddenly you don't really feel the boat underneath you anymore. You look down and realize that you're kind of floating.
Free fly.
So you have 60 feet of flying speed.
Okay. 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I'm gonna just sit out above the fucking monster.
It's right here!
It's right here, guys! I'm showing you right where it is!
Alright!
That potion was a bargain.
Right?
Oh, no.
For 60
Oh.
I have fly.
Only?
Yeah, but you didn't have to cast it now.
Yeah.
She had a
Right,
1,
and
she would have died, right?
Huh?
If it was a 1, she would have died, right?
I'll figure that out later. I don't want to give away the chart.
Wait. Wait.
Hmm?
I feel like I missed what you just said, but Murphy said it, and so now I need clarification. Did
What?
you say if I rolled a 1,
I was joking.
I would have died?
We don't
I
have it
was just
worked
saying-
out yet.
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, it's like, holy shit, that's just death?
But you know, maybe, so.
Maybe.
Thanks.
I mean, you
It's a
gotta look
mystery.
at some of the other crazy ass things you can do. Like, what is it? The deck of many things. One of them is just void, where you're sucked into the void and you cease to exist.
Yeah. At least you can be brought
you're-
back from death. You don't come back
Yeah.
from the deck of many things.
No, you are permanently dead. Not like I think maybe a wish could bring you back, but that's
probably
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, does this fly last for 10 minutes like the spell fly, or...
You don't know. You drank
Okay.
it. You drank
Fair.
a potion with a question mark on the bottle.
So what you mean is I could literally fall into this monster's mouth
At any given moment, even nobody knows.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
But you haven't fallen yet.
Crimble! Does Crimble see me above the monster?
Hang on. Let's find
Down
out.
there to find out. Let's see. Yeah, he can see you through the windows.
Barely. I see like your legs dangling above
Below the window.
And I'm just thinking to myself, what is my lady doing?
You.
Honestly, I'm not sure what else I can do right now.
You can always go try to help Mr. Not being able to drive the boat.
I will do that.
Well, at the very least, you can use the help action to try to help him. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I go up to Garthus and go, "Sir, if I may," and I begin to take over some of the controls, and I am... Actually, question, can I know who's more proficient, me or him?
You're both proficient. It's just that as you look over the boat, these controls are extremely strange and unintuitive. There's a lot of random levers and buttons and switches, and there's even like a set of pedals over there on the side. Like you don't.
So gnomes built this. Got it. I look over the controls, and now I don't know much about the world, but I've seen gnome-built ships before, and I just shake my head. You bloody gnomes! And I just assist Garthus in trying to pilot the boat.
Alright. Okay, we come to the monster. The monster looks up. Okay, watch your skirt.
What did you say?
Okay, watch your skirt.
Oh.
Let's see, how far up are you?
60 feet, isn't it?
I was gonna say, it is a tentacle monster. It probably has reach.
I'm just trying to see. You are... It says 3.5. I'm gonna call that 3, which, yep. It can't bite you.
3.5, you gotta round up. That's like 4 tiles.
No, you always round down. Anyway. That's a 13? No. That's a 12. I assume you have better than 12 AC.
Yes, I do.
Alright. It makes the second tentacle swipe, since it didn't bite. That is 15.
That is better.
Oh, he hit you?
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Oh, that's the...
I actually have super low AC. But my constitution is quite high, so...
Alright, you take 8 physical damage.
Okay.
That's not so bad.
Yeah. He just kind of repositions, that's all he's got. Alright, we come to Garthus. Do you have a particular thing you want him to try to do while you're helping him, since you are now assisting with driving?
I want to ask, do we have cannons behind us?
No. But we have the engines.
When can we reuse those front cannons?
Those will take a minute. But the engines might burn hot enough if we get them close enough.
Let's do that then.
Alright.
So we're just gonna drive backwards into him?
Okay. Beep, beep. The boat actually makes this noise. Beep. Beep. As you back into the sea monster, it gets close to the engines, which apparently run pretty hot.
Especially after the cannons are deployed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I moved with him.
Oh yeah, you're still right there. Because he didn't move. The boat moved. That was, what was that? Was that 11?
It looked like it, yeah.
That takes 11 fire damage. He's not looking so good down there. Chad, we go to your turn.
Okay. I will move to the side of the ship. And since I have advantage...
Yes.
Because I've been hiding,
Yes.
you see. I have advantage.
Go
That
with
is
12.
a 19.
19 is a hit.
I'm gonna use a Bardic Inspiration to give myself 5d6 damage. 17 points of damage.
Oh, you shot it right in the eye. Its entire eye came out of the socket with that arrow. It's reeling and roaring, and it's half burned. It's not having fun. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Having a bad time.
You had a bad day. You take it one down.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so hear me out.
Okay.
Oh, I will also
I'm gonna fly
move back
down
from the
into
edge.
the water,
Okay.
but pulling on, like, I don't know, the tip of his mouth or something to drag him down into the water with me. I just need him fully submerged.
He's pretty big. What's your strength?
What is the negative number associated to your strength?
Maybe you should think of this.
I need him to... Okay, wait. I fly down into the water and I pull on his tail.
Well,
Okay.
who's to say he couldn't understand you, even if he's partially above water?
No, he has to be fully submerged. Because then it doesn't matter what language we speak.
Ah. What's your
'Cause it
strength?
says-
Because all I got in response was someone laughing in the background.
Okay, so, what, do you want me to roll my
I
strength?
think you need to roll strength if you're trying to physically pull the creature underwater. Even with magical flying, you still are gonna have to be able to have enough grip on the thing. And that's to say, does fly even work underwater? Is that a thing? Does flight translate into a swimming speed? I don't think it does.
I have swimming speed,
Okay, fair enough.
and I breathe underwater.
Okay.
So, like, okay. That's a 10?
Hmm.
That's normal strength. Maybe he just wants to know what's tugging on him, so he looks down.
I mean, maybe if we get to his turn and he's still alive, he might come after you in the water. But I'm gonna...
Okay, so I'm doing that, and I'm prepping... I'm doing this, like, on the farther point away from the engines, though.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like
will
that
say,
might hurt.
This is an action. You can't, like, ready an action here. Because you're
Wait.
using your action
Pulling it is an action?
to yank him down? Yes,
Okay.
that's very much an action.
But I can't, like, ready words? It's not an action.
Oh, you're just trying to speak? I mean, you can speak if you want to speak. If you need him to be fully submerged for him to understand you, then the second he ever goes underwater, you can speak immediately. It doesn't even need to be your turn.
Okay.
So if that's all
Alright.
you're trying to do, alright. So
That's what I'm doing.
Get under the water, then.
I don't know how to make myself go underwater.
Control and drag
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, you attempt to grab onto the back end of this wriggling monstrosity, but it's between the water and its rubbery skin. You just can't maintain a grip. So he stays halfway above water, and it's Crimble's turn.
Alright, coming.
Crimple, don't burn me, man.
I was gonna say, I guess I'm just gonna
try and move some controls and do the same thing that Garthus did.
Garthus
Because-
offers some advice. No, wait. If we go forward, the heat will be twice as much.
Oh my god. I'm about to burn.
Alright, let's do what Garthus says, I guess.
Alright, he's helping you, so you get to add twice your proficiency bonus.
Alright.
And you have to beat a 15 to succeed at moving the boat.
Yeah, it's 17.
Yep. Alright, y'all full crank it. The engines run super hot. And y'all's blast forward very fast. And the creature takes yeah. 10 more fire damage. Those are literally roll 1, 2,
Wow.
3, 4. But anyway, as the engines
So
heat
I'm
up,
safe?
the how close are you to that engine? Let's see.
But she's behind the creature, or I thought.
She's also
Like,
kind of lined up right with one of those engines.
Sideways.
Well,
Well, you're not physically touching it like it is.
But maybe the jet would like shoot her backwards or something.
Beth, give me a.
Don't you
I
say
guess
strength?
You have to give me an athletics check.
Or what about acrobatics? Because she does have free movement underwater.
I suppose that could make sense, but I mean, acrobatics would be more doing something fancy than fighting a physical force pushing against you.
Yeah.
Probably so.
I did have to.
Oh wow, here we go! Oh my god.
Beth,
That's a two? That's a 2.
You get blasted back, and you take, 16 fire damage.
Oh my god.
It's 41 minus 16.
41 minus 16, 25.
Yeah.
I am bloody.
You get blasted, it hurts, you scream in your underwater breathing capabilities, since you can do that. But, as you right yourself, you notice the writhing, wriggling monster as a hole blows through the backside of it, and it dies. And then the boat leaves you behind.
Okay. Is it my turn?
That is back to combat over. Y'all win.
Oh my god.
Stop
I swim back to the boat, away from the engines, because I realize those are dangerous.
Turn back and I see see Kay swimming alongside the glass, trying to get.
I'm underneath the boat.
Uh-oh.
I'm underneath the boat.
Okay. Did you mean to go underneath the boat, or you just don't know how to get back up?
I don't know how to get
Okay,
out.
Beth, hold on. Beth, just click and drag and hold control, and you can raise yourself up. You also still are flying, so.
Oh, I forgot she's still flying, yeah.
Yeah. Now you can just get back on the boat.
Let me down. Let me down.
There you go.
Get away from the hole so I don't fly back out on accident. Alright.
Alright.
I need a nap. I am over half dead.
I walk up to Kay and I go, "It looks like you need this." And I touch her on her shoulder, lay of hands.
Oh, nice.
What's her health?
Your health is at 26, off of what?
25. Wait, what?
25.
So what's your maximum?
41.
58.
Oh, 50. Oh, that's right, you got hit by other stuff.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I give you 20.
Okay.
That's half my health pool.
Alright.
Oh, does it take your health to give me health?
No,
I
he
have a
has like a
pool
battery of
that I
HP
draw
that he's
from.
allowed to heal.
Oh, okay.
Like he can keep doing the heal until that is empty, and then he has to rest to recharge his pool of HP he's allowed to heal.
So, how do we fix the boat?
Lay of hands.
Are you asking me, or are you asking Garthus?
Garthus.
Oh, no worries. That's what the mages are here for, too. Alright, boys,
Wait,
charge
there's
it back
others?
up. Yeah, I told you there were 2 mages on the crystal focusing on it.
Yeah, they're the ones that are putting the power into the crystal.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
They're making 2,000 a day.
They, No, it was a week.
Oh, was it a week?
Yeah, it was a week.
Still
Still a lot of money, though. One of the
I charge
mages
2,000 a day.
focuses and pumps a stream of magic into the crystal, and the glass starts uncracking, and the bent metal groans as it creaks and undents and pulls back into position.
Nice.
Yeah. So Woot.
I just wanted to talk to the sea monster man.
Sorry. It had 3 HP left on that turn, and then it got burned.
I just wanted to pull it down!
You would have had to come up with a better way to pull it down, I'm sorry. Maybe if you tried to use the tentacle, I would have given you something, but... But you physically wanted to be small waif girl with 8 strength, grabbing on giant sea monster and pulling it underwater. I can't see it happening.
It's fine.
Well, now that that's taken
Oh,
care
I
of,
should have went underneath him and then thorn whipped him.
yeah, you
Yes,
could have done that.
that would've done
it.
Damn
would have
it.
done that. That would have worked.
Wait,
Of course, you
well,
might have
actually,
killed him.
is the creature considered large or huge?
It was large.
Yeah, that would have worked.
Yeah, you could have done.
But
You
you
also
also killed it.
You also probably would have killed it. It had 3 HP.
Yeah. Then I would have been real sad.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it looks like we're all right on track then. Yes, he pulls out this really old book that's like almost falling apart. Part of the page that, as he opens it up, crumbles to dust as he pulls it out to open it. Yes, with the Guardians gone, then that means we just half a day's left. Also, I'm getting rid of your tentacle bath unless you.
The Guardians?
What? Yes. Well, you don't think this guy left his island alone unguarded, did you?
And you knew this would be happening and didn't say anything?
Well, it just didn't. It didn't come up in conversation.
Oh, look
yet.
at Island.
Oh, look. And then, as y'all are, hold on, where is it? Wait. As y'all are bitching at him about this, ooh, it's taken a minute. This was a much bigger map.
You mean the difference between my guess would be 50 by 100 boat in open water?
Definitely
versus
too
whatever
big, I will say that. I definitely misjudged how the size of the boat. I was thinking each of those boxes was 1 tile, not 4 tiles. I didn't actually put the character models on it to play around with, so it did not occur to me how big I made the boat way too big. Where's the...
Yeah, I was really kind of confused. Like, this is a giant fucking boat for only having
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be
1 to 3
but it's
people.
too late now. It's that big. Y'all were supposed to be able to move back and forth and use, and each all take turns reloading this gun or operating this gun. Yeah. Like, it was supposed to be a much more simpler affair being able to operate the boat. It definitely needs to be smaller. Good news for later. There's the button.
But also down a person, too.
Yeah, that also didn't help. There were supposed to be enough... I had it set up for 4 people so that, there could have been 2 of you on each side dealing with 1 monster.
Yeah. But we got it done.
Yeah.
It's just a really good thing I remembered the Misty Step.
And that was how Murphy drowned.
No, I had the bubble of air. That would have saved me. And I have, even though I'm wearing plate, I have freedom of movement in water.
Yeah.
I'm not hindered by equipment or attacks while underwater, which is very nice.
But alright. Anyway, as y'all are arguing, you hear the thunk. Apparently it wasn't half a day, it was half a second. You suddenly seem to be on the island. It appeared almost
Literally.
out of nowhere. The spark plug is now...
Hang on. You know what this kind of looks like to me? I mean, I know it's not actually supposed to be like that, but I'm just getting kind of weird vibes of, was it Forbidden Island? How the island sinks in certain portions over time of the game. That's gonna happen here.
You can think what you will.
now.
Alright. Do we want to continue?
I will have to go to bed soon.
Okay, well then we can
I have
stop
work
here.
in the
This is
morning.
as good a place as any to stop. I do have stuff prepared for this part, but we can stop here. Alright, well then thanks everybody for tuning in.
We should be able to start much closer to start time next week.
Yeah.
You won't have to actually be coming home.
And finishing characters.
Yeah.
No.
Be better prepared. I will try to give Cortland a list of approximate prices that he can play with instead of just saying, here's some shit, figure it out, because that's kind of what we do.
You mean after I buy this whole store?
Yes.
Vincent, don't forget there is Tales Tavern too if you just want to download maps.
Yeah, that's true. I might look into
The
that.
amount of gold they gave me gonna affect shit?
Not
Is
you.
what?
It doesn't affect you.
Like, I wasn't sure if that gets me better things to sell them or something. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I'll look into it. We have a week to figure out what your shop thing is. But anyway. we'll catch
With
y'all
what
next